Gotta love my chill lo-fi experience. Anyways, testing, 1, 2. Gotta love my chill lo-fi experience. Mic's working perfectly fine. Fan-freaking-tastic. Game audio's good. Okay. Make sure the video's fine. Fucking bop. Okay. We're back with some Persona 4 Arena. And we're gonna get the story done finally. Oh, having some troubles. Hold on, I'll be right back. Gotta love it. Right as I started stream, my Xfinity box did the whole turning off, turning back on thing. Okay, so I had to wait a couple minutes just to make sure my stream wasn't affected. All right, well, we're back, as I was saying, with some Persona 4 Arena. Last time we went through Labrys' story and we got the endings opened up, so we're gonna proceed as Yunarukami, the Chadster. And last I remember, we went into that broadcasting room and then Boston faced her shadow, and then we were almost about to fight Shadow Labrys, and then it kind of cut off for all the stories. I probably am not gonna do all the stories, to be honest, because they're probably gonna be all a mixture of the same crap. Like these two are probably gonna be Aigis' story, or like a 50% Aigis' story, because they're combined. These are probably gonna be like a 50% like just characterization mixed with you story, so, and Teddy's story. Although Teddy's story was a bit different because he went in there before everyone else, but whatever, you know what I mean. Let's continue with Chad. Continue from cliffhanger.
You're lying. This isn't real. I'm not a machine.
Unfortunately, you're not lying. Or they're not lying.
Me.
Oh, there she does the thing. She denied the truth of the Shadow's creation. For this, the Shadow's face twisted with evil rapture. She's gonna turn into a big old boss. It's your fault, Boston.
Finally! You finally said it! Now, I can be myself!
Why'd you have to scream? Sounds like you're screaming. Cutscene? Here we go.
Yes, the power!
Calm down, lady. Jesus Christ. Wow. I guess she turned into a form of her persona or whatever, right? Ooh. It's a Dachi Babies theme. I'd hoped I could save her before it got to this point, but that might have been impossible anyway. It's difficult enough to confront the truth, and in her case it was accompanied by revealing the true form that she'd been so desperate to hide. She is a machine, and she was forced to perform painful acts as most likely no one could ever comprehend. The truth she was avoiding wasn't just part of her personality, but her actual body itself. Can't imagine the shock she's experiencing. But now that the reality she built for herself has crumbled, I want to help her. She may be a machine, but she has a heart. Labrys has denied her past, in which she was forced to fight and kill her friends, and her pain comes out in a long echoing scream. What has to be done to a heart to cause such terrible screams? Making her kill her friends, like you said. There's only one thing that we can do. We will save Labrys. We will accept you for who you truly are. Both of these are the same. Sup, Galactic Corgi, how you doing? We're fighting Boston Shadow right now. Well, I guess we're continuing you. It's not Boston, it's Boston Shadow. There's a difference. I think she turned into like a frenzied persona mode or whatever.
Finally.
Oh no, oh yeah, well, technically speaking.
Over here. Over here.
I forgot use moveset.
Over here.
Whoa.
Over here.
Get good.
Over here. Over here.
God damn it, I hate that move.
Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here.
Get good. GG no Ri. Chad Narukami rules you. Anyways. Shadow Labrys persona is cool as hell. It is, yeah. Looked like some kind of bull. Although I didn't get that much of a chance to look at it, because I was too busy fighting. The power that Labrys' shadow had gathered dissipates. It's over. Is it? I feel like that was too anticlimactic. Shame that regular Labrys doesn't have it, doesn't she? I thought she did. Was that not her persona essentially gone berserk. Or I guess we've never seen her persona. Even in the story for Labrys, she just kind of narrated the persona appearing and breaking the gate. She has a different one? Oh, interesting. All that's left is for Labrys to escape that darkness within her. But will she truly be able to do it? I turn around, but Labrys hasn't moved a muscle. I mean, yeah, it's hard to get over killing your friends, you know? She has been avoided and having to watch the battle just now as well. What more can I do for her?
Labrys.
Labrys, look into my eyes. I am Chad. I will heal you. The power of Riz compels you. The moment I call to her.
There they are! Yukon! Labrys!
Oh, they ruined the moment.
Sister, Narukami-san.
Shie and Aige-san, and not just them. Yukiko and Yosuke are right behind them. And there are even more surprises.
Man, as soon as that invisible wall thing disappeared, I knew you did it!
We ran into
Wait.
Aige-san along the way. She told us about Labrys and everything.
Ain't no way that's all. If Teddy can have his own persona and be a shadow, I guess it's fine for Shadow Labrys. Yeah, although Teddy's shadow... actually, was that... I don't know if Teddy's shadow had its own shadow. I feel like it just transformed into a like dark version of itself. But I guess that could be a dark persona or whatever. Who knows? I just remember it being a fucked up Teddy in the base game.
A little late, wasn't it? If someone told me what was going on from the start, I would have...
Teddy was a shadow and gained a shadow of his own. That's true. I see what you're saying. It is weird, because shadows, technically speaking, are personas, but then personas can have their own personas if they've developed human ego or whatever. It's interesting.
You fell into the TV when you were half asleep. For crying out loud, you really know how to blow it when it counts.
Hey, what'd you go and tell them for?
I don't think this is the time for that.
Yeah, me neither. We got a lady who's in existential crisis here because she was forced to kill her friends.
Naoto?
Yeah, we were surprised too. The job she was on turned out to be related to all this.
Yeah, she was spying on the Kirijo group, I guess. For some reason. Is it because they didn't buy their own goddamn jet to transport their highly experimental tech? Is that why? The kanji in this is real weird. The kanji story, I mean. How so? I would imagine he's just his goofy old self as usual. Kanji, who had been missing before we went inside the TV, and the real Teddy are here. Oh wait, so was Kanji in here the same time as Teddy was? There's even Naoto, who was not supposed to have come to Inaba. It looks like the whole investigation team's brought back together, and I didn't know it. Everyone says that Rise had told them pretty much what had been going on. Their smiles are encouraging. I turned to speak to Labrys, who had been silent all this time. Go for it. I don't care about spoilers. I'm not gonna do the other stories, apart from maybe the last one. Because I got a feeling that last one's gonna be important, or it might be the ending or whatever. The last one that's still locked.
These are my friends. We've all faced our weaknesses at one time or another.
Labrys finally responds.
No weaknesses. You've all faced your shadows?
You've all come to the terms with not having Boston hot dogs? Everyone gathers around Labrys. Labrys tries to shrink away nervously, but Rise is behind her and won't let her retreat.
Sheesh, enough doom and gloom. If you don't hurry and accept her, she'll get all lonely. But I'm a weapon who didn't want to fight. And I dragged you all into this.
Don't worry about it. It's just a normal Tuesday for us.
You're still hung up on that? It's over already, dummy.
Your jumping skills were amazing, but you're surprisingly sensitive, aren't you?
Yeah, not gonna lie, your shadow was weak sauce. Alright, so depending on what you choose during Kanji's story, you can make it so Kanji believes that this whole thing is a dream, so he's just beating everyone up and thinking this is weird-ass dreams. Okay. Kanji's kinda dumb.
What does that have to do with her jumping skills?
You're really cute, Labby-chan. You're so meta-luring.
Get the fuck out of here, Teddy.
Are you all listening to me? Labrys needs to face her shadow now, and...
This was going well at first, but now everyone's talking about different things and we're completely off topic. Of course, that's not unusual of all of us. I have to laugh, and I apologize to Labrys that things didn't quite wrap up as I'd hoped. Labrys looks back at me with a blank expression. Can't you tell that we're not treating her any differently? I turn towards Aige-san and she meets my gaze. She nods silently, then stands before Labrys. She seems slightly nervous.
Nice to meet you, Labrys. Or rather, sister. I am Aigis, the 7th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. I am your successor.
Labrys jerks up and looks at Aige-san. I guess she wouldn't know that there's a new version, right? I guess she might remind her of 024 or something. I mean, he's kind of dumb, but also it's your choice as the player that makes that happen. Yeah. Interesting. Didn't realize they'd have like choices based on the different characters. It's weird. At the same time, or at the same instant, Yukiko gasps in surprise. I said grasp.
What? Excuse me, but you're... I mean, are you also...
Yeah, she's also a robot. Do you not see her fucking arms? Are you blind? I guess she thought it was an elaborate cosplay or something?
Yes, I too am a robot.
It just occurred to you now?
Yeah. Weren't you with her all this time, Yukiko? Yeah, she's dumb. How did you not notice something like that? That's so like you. Once again, everyone looks towards Aigis and Labrys, the non-human sisters. Now that I see them standing together, there is something like a family resemblance. Maybe I've been wrong this whole time. If Labrys is Aigis-san's older sister, then should I be calling her Labrys' son? Yeah, important questions, I guess. Well, I guess that doesn't matter.
My mission to retrieve you has brought me here. My colleagues are waiting for you.
After Kanji defeats Labrys, I'm pretty sure he just wakes up at their Junes rooftop and everyone is like, Kanji, the case was already solved. And Kanji goes, that was real? Man, you can make Kanji be on the good kush, I guess.
Are they gonna lock me up again? Well, considering all I did, of course they will.
Well, you didn't really make anybody kill each other. You did your shadow actually was surprisingly nice, because your shadow could have made it so that if, in order to succeed, you had to kill each other, but you just beat each other up. You made everybody beat each other up a little bit, and then you let everybody go. So you didn't really do that much, to be quite honest. Labrys' expression darkens. I hadn't thought about it, but if Labrys and Aigis-san are treated as weapons, it's no surprise that there would be measures to keep them in check. But Labrys shouldn't just have to accept it. If she truly is gonna be locked up, I made up my mind and wait for what Aigis-san has to say next, but she smiles.
We can discuss that later. Right now, there is an important task you must carry out. I gotta do this, huh?
You gotta accept that you're from Boston, unfortunately. Aigis-san quietly points at the shadow that has remained still while we've been talking. Labrys looks at the shadow and then turns away and casts her gaze down at the ground again. I see, so this is how I'm gonna have to act.
It's okay. We're all right here with you.
I indicate my friends that have gathered around her. I had been forced to fight against my friends, just as Labrys had in the past, but I had been able to endure the suffering that Labrys had not. Well, you didn't have to kill your friends. There's a stark difference. You literally did not have to kill your friends, so it's different, homeboy. I get what you mean, but it's not the same. Of course, I hadn't been forced to fight to the... Yeah, okay. He acknowledges that. Fantastic. But the biggest difference between Labrys and me is that I wasn't alone. What if I had been alone in this place? What if everyone else had forgotten about me and I had to fight all alone? Just the thought of that hurt. Labrys had been forced to endure that pain. She must have thought that there was no escaping it. But she'll be alright now. We're not gonna reject her. It doesn't matter if she's a machine. She's not alone anymore.
Yeah.
Labrys slowly looks around at all the faces, searching each one in confirmation. Finally, she turns back to me and nods. Labrys then walks over to face her shadow. When she walks, she no longer seems to be bound by her fear. She then looks down at herself. She looks down at the mechanical body that she had convinced herself she didn't have.
That's right. You're me.
And we're from Boston. Labrys and her shadow turn to face one another and stare each other in the eyes. Sorry if I've been skipping words. I'm having this annoying thing. I kind of want to sneeze. Oh wait, here it comes. Oh, okay. Good thing I have a mute button. Jesus Christ.
You're the way I was on the inside, screaming to be understood. The pain wanting to be known. You're all I couldn't say.
Thanks.
You were always inside me. You're me. A machine with a heart.
Uh-oh. Why is there a cutscene? That's not good.
I'm sorry I ignored you all this time.
It's either really good or really bad.
I left you all alone. No. You are me, after all.
Oh. That's interesting.
This is my persona.
Wow. Almost has kind of a resemblance to her. By the way, Shadow Labrys and Labrys are considered separate characters in the menu. That's interesting, because every other person's shadow selves are with them, with like their character in the selection menu. Interesting. Alright, Labrys accepted the existence of her shadow and obtained a persona. It's finally over. We take Labrys with us and follow Teddy and Rise to the school's rooftop, where they say it's connected to the TV in Junes. Huh? I'm sorry, they let us put a flat screen TV on the rooftop? Man, I guess we have it in with the Yasogami Academy. The invisible walls are gone. Or wait, they're talking about in the TV world. Never mind. Okay, I was like, in the real world? Perhaps there were walls like that whenever she came from and she drew on that in making this place. But I have a feeling that she's truly been freed from those walls now. As in confirmation, Labrys is slowly warming up to us, smiling more and responding to us when we start talking to her. Is this a rooftop? Looks like the beginning area of the Shadow World. When we reach the rooftop, we're surprised to see that the TV world has regained the studio-like appearance that we were accustomed to. Yeah. However, there are two unfamiliar faces waiting for us.
Mitsuru-san, Akihiko-san.
These people have overwhelmingly intense presences, but thankfully they don't seem to be enemies, and one seems to be shirtless. The moment we see them, we tense up after. But after Aigis calls out in recognition, we learn that they're her friends.
I'm Mitsuru Kirijo, Labrys' handler.
Do a better job transporting your stuff. Get your own plane. You have a multi-billion-dollar company. A body suit like something out of a movie with a fur coat on top. It's a look that doesn't really work, but her name immediately reminds me of something. The Kirijo Group. And if she has the same name, then she must be quite an influential person in it. The research organization that developed Labrys and Aigis-san must belong to her.
I'm Akihiko Sanada. Sorry for all this trouble.
The man with the red cape appears to be quite comfortable with Mitsuru-san and Aigis-san. He must have been helping them fight shadows for a long time. Is there some reason why people on the shadow extermination squads have to dress like crazy people? Yeah, I don't know, bro. He's shirtless for some reason. I don't understand it either. To be honest, I think he would look cooler with the red jacket on, kind of like Shinji, but he wants to be shirtless because he went to America, so...
So, what's going to happen to Labrys now?
Akihiko ain't special? True, actually. Aigis is also shirtless, but she's made to look like she has clothes on. She's like a robot, so that's different. Going to America makes you shirtless. Yep, according to Akihiko's character, it does. Before we fully introduced each other, Yosuke asks Mitsuru-san what we've been wondering. I know all of us must have been worried about this, but I was waiting for a good moment to bring that up. Even Yosuke seems to have realized how out of line this question is, and he shrinks back sheepishly as if regretting having asked the question. I know why Yosuke is worried, but why does he keep stepping on the landmines like this? Well, if he's already stepped in it, we may as well wait for the smoke to clear and see if there's any answer.
Well, you deserve to know. We were thinking of sealing her away again.
Why are you guys not surprised to see other Persona users, by the way? I feel like you haven't brought that up at all. Unless they've already met each other, but I don't think everybody's met each other already. They were thinking, did something change their minds? Mitsuru-san turns to Labrys. Also, there's that voice, that spooky voice at the end of Labrys' story. So we still got loose ends. There's a smile on her face, but is she smiling for the reasons we hope she is?
But our report from Aigis says that thanks to you, Labrys has acquired a persona.
Going to America makes you a Guilty Gear character. I haven't played that series yet, but it sounds whack, yo. Someone did steal Labrys. Yeah, that's the sense I got from the end of Labrys' story from that voice or whatever. So there's still that loose end. There's no way the story's going to end here, I don't think.
She's hardly a rogue test unit anymore. Besides, she has a heart.
Oh, were you going to just get rid of her? Is that what you were going to do? To begin with, I guess?
We would never treat anyone with a heart so poorly.
Well, to be fair, your organization already did.
Yeah, we did it!
Thank goodness! I'm so happy for you, Labrys!
My friends roar in excitement. And then the shop theme pops up for some reason. Labrys looks around at us, bewildered before saying anything. Even though we've only known her for a very short time, we've already come to accept her as our friend. Mitsuru-san's words come as a great relief, as I had been worried that she might lock me up too.
Good job, guys.
She can try, but
Let
we
me
got
say thanks.
Izanagi, baby. He speaks without any hint of concern, but I see a touch of gratitude in Akihiko-san's eyes. To be fair, Mitsuru wasn't there during all that shit. That's fair, but it sounded like they were gonna decommission her anyways. Before they found out she had a persona. He certainly looks, how can I put it, bold? But he must be an honest and upright person. I guess I could call him stoic. There's a distinct brusqueness to him? What a descriptor. Is it because she's shirtless? Is that why? There's no way that people so considerate would neglect the goodness of Labrys' heart. It seems that Labrys can't believe everything she's hearing. She turns from Akihiko-san back to Mitsuru-san.
You're not gonna lock me up again? No fooling?
We only seal away objects. If I did that to you, knowing you have a heart, I'd be no different from the Kirijo Corporation of old. Labrys, you've been blessed with good friends.
I do crazy things to Akihiko. I mean, what? Who said that? Well, I mean, if I was gay, bro. Nah, I'm just kidding. But good for you, Galactic Corgi. Good for you. Not afraid to say what he's thinking. Fantastic. Labrys looks stunned for a moment, then scrunches up her face as if about to cry, but then her face lights up with a brilliant smile. Who would think that anyone capable of making these expressions was just a machine? The old Kirijo group scientists, that's who. I find myself almost moved to tears as well. We're just about to leap forward to congratulate Labrys once again when... Uh-oh. Labrys' head droops suddenly like a puppet whose strings had been severed. I'm about to rush over to see what the matter is when I see Akihiko-san take a fighting stance. I realize this is no ordinary matter. Suddenly a bizarre voice emanates from Labrys.
It's not over yet.
Siri? Is that you? I do crazy things to Mitsuru too. Me too, bro. Me too. I can't deny that one. That isn't Labrys' voice. This abnormality seems to have made Mitsuru-san come to a realization. Someone is controlling her?
What? It's the same communication system as ours.
So the person who kidnapped her has the controls for her.
Everyone, step away from Labrys!
Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san rapidly shout instructions to us. We all spread out and watch Labrys from a distance.
I cannot gain access. She is being hacked.
Oh no!
It isn't coming from inside this facility. The signal originates elsewhere.
How could you hack something from outside of the TV world that's inside of the TV world? That's weird. Like, how do your signals even reach inside another world? It's so weird. What? Okay, whatever, bro. Who am I to question shadow logic? Or I guess persona logic to begin with, but...
You mean outside the TV?
Yeah, they got mega hacking powers, I guess. Outside the TV? That's right. I cursed at myself for having forgotten what was supposed to have been the cause of this. All this was going on because Labrys had somehow been placed into the TV. I guess the person is just waiting outside the TV right now. Yeah, they insert the controller into the TV with their hands, and then they just press a couple buttons while their hands is in the TV with the remote or something. Just holding up the controller up to the TV. I don't know if that works, but... So there has to be someone outside who threw her in here. The same person who stole Labrys from the Corregio group and threw her into a TV is now taking direct control over her.
This is just a little extra resistance. Now, entertain me.
Bro, you gotta come out with a rap mixtape with that auto-tune voice. Be fire. The nonchalant voice fills with malice. With a dazed look in her eye, Labrys looks up and dashes forward. She's fast. I barely dodge her axe in time. Surprised, I look up at Labrys once more. Her eyes are blank, as if she wasn't looking at anything. GLaDOS sounding a little different? True. Those eyes were once filled with the strength of responsibility and an awareness of duty. Her face had once been filled with sorrow over her painful past. And she had smiled when she had found real friendship for the first time in her life. Whoever's controlling her has stolen all these things from Labrys. Then... I won't let her be hurt like this anymore.
She's suffered enough. I won't let you hurt her.
Chad Narukami line, baby. It's time to fight normal Aegis or normal Labrys. Jesus Christ. Yes, it is. Although they have the portrait for Shadow Aegis again.
Finally.
Wait, she has glowing eyes.
Over here.
That's not even how she looks.
Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Drop trick. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here.
Probably not a good idea to get close to me, homie.
Over here. Over here. Go.
Get good. GG no re. I ain't no scrub no more.
My, she was quite easily defeated. Evidently, I didn't push her far enough.
So I like how this is just Shadow Labrys, but they give her regular Labrys' persona. Yeah, that is interesting.
Well, she is a test unit, so this is as far as my little game goes.
Labrys says, "Stop moving." The only sound is the smug voice that continues to come from her. Those heartless words cause anger to boil up within me.
Who are you? Why are you toying with people's emotions like this? Labrys isn't a tool. If you want to fight, then come out and fight.
You're quite passionate. You, Narukami, was it?
Yeah, the main character, baby. This person, whoever he is, knows about me? Then maybe it isn't a coincidence that we were dragged into this. This revelation shakes all of us.
Labrys' shadow was only the mastermind of the tournament. I see now. You're the true culprit behind the whole thing.
Indeed. It was I who stole Labrys away.
I can't believe you've done this, Diddy.
Since I don't have a persona
Too bad.
and can't enter a TV, I needed a puppet that could run amok for me.
Oh, that's interesting. Wait, so a normal person knows about the TV world? So it has to be like an ex-scientist or something, no? Because like a normal person couldn't discover the TV world because they don't have persona powers, so... Todd Habercorn, they auto-tuned you, but I can still tell it's you. I don't even know who that is, bro.
Labrys' persona was only partially awakened. so I had a feeling her shadow would appear if she underwent a little suffering. You got the better of me this time. You deserve to know at least that much.
So is this gonna be a situation where the villain gets away and then in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, the other story, that villain comes back, I guess? Enough is enough. I've never been so irritated knowing that I can't do anything to whoever's controlling Labrys.
This time, so your scheme hasn't ended.
Well then, everyone, until we meet again.
Oh my god. Bro wants to have his own season TV show. The communication cuts off abruptly without answering me. Labrys immediately slumps to her knees. So, Mitsuru, you want to like change her control, like surfaces or whatever, so that she doesn't get controlled by other people anymore? Before I can even begin to move, Aiga-san is already at Labrys' side to support her. Aiga-san looks at me and nods, confirming that Labrys is alright. Thank goodness. Labrys is okay. I feel a bit of my strength drained from me. Still, the sword in my hand feels awfully heavy. Mitsuru-san speaks up from behind me, even as I consider this.
It seems whoever our adversary is, they're connected to us.
Yeah, that's how they'd know about the TV world and shadows and all that. Okay, Mitsuru doesn't know that Persona 4 loves its 5 different culprit twists. It's true. They probably will. Fuka or someone else can figure it out. Oh, interesting.
I advise you not to get involved in this matter any further. From here on, you should leave this to us.
How about no? We're the investigation team. Get out of here. This is our jurisdiction. Yaso Inaba, baby.
What? Wait a second. We went through this whole big thing and that's it?
She's right. There's no way in hell we're backing out of this now.
Also, wouldn't it be useful to have like 8 different Persona users that you could, like, you know, request help of? I feel like you would use that opportunity to recruit them, not push them away. They're Persona users. They can help you. Stop being stupid.
I understand how you feel, but this is too dangerous for you.
Excuse me? What'd you just say, bitch? We killed a god too, okay? Get out of here.
We will do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you. Trust in us and let us work.
Nah. We'll do our own investigation. My friends bristle at Mitsuru-san's proposal. After all, we've come this far and we already knew about the dangers. There's so much I want to say, but I can understand why they'd want us to stay away.
Guys, I think we can trust Mitsuru-san. We should let them handle this.
Nobody tell her we bullied at least 4 to 5 different gods. Yeah. One we did with dancing, but that's besides the point, okay? My friends respond with the look of shocks. Of course they don't agree. But now's not the time to complicate matters. One of them should understand why I'm backing down so easily. Signal... oh, well, I'm not gonna do kanji because he's on crack right now. I'm gonna do brosuke. I stare directly into Yosuke's eyes for a moment, hoping that he understands my intentions here. Come on, Yosuke, back me up.
Yeah. We're all tired, so let's just get the heck out of here.
Something tells me Kanji would have not picked up on that at all. Smooth, Yosuke. Oh well. I sneak a glance towards Mitsuru-san and the others to see if they've picked up on this, but none of them appeared to have quite noticed. Maybe they are just pretending not to notice. Well, in any case, it means we've been let go for now. I sigh with relief before urging everybody into the exit TV. When I return to the real world, exhaustion from the events of the day catch up to me. I'm more tired than I'd expected. Then again, I had been fighting all this time. Can't be helped. Everyone else seems tired too, so we decide to go our separate ways for the day. Still, everyone is safe, Labrys included. It'll be a while before this case is completely closed, but I think we can assume that the disturbance has been settled for now. I worry about the mastermind that had taken control of Labrys, but I need to rest for now. They're on our home turf, homeboy. It's time to kick their asses and chew some bubblegum. When I get back home, Nanako greets me with a bright smile. Welcome home, big bro. The moment I see that, all exhaustion of the day hits me. He is a sister complex kingpin of steel. We all knew this. It was no secret. Along with a profound sense of relief, I can't keep myself from staggering. Nanako and my uncle were worried a bit by that, but that doesn't bother me at all. There was something I wanted to do in my room, but I hadn't even been there for an hour when my awareness melts into the darkness. It's Adachi again? He knows a lot about robots, totally. Nah, bro's chilling in prison. He even called me a dumbass in the letter. I doubt it's him. Or if it was him, he probably wouldn't mask his voice. He's too OP for that. He don't need to do that. I wake up to my phone ringing. According to the call, we're supposed to meet up at the outskirts of the shopping district, at the crossroads in front of the gas station. When I arrived, the other members of the investigation team had already shown up. Surprisingly, the one who called us was Labrys. She wanted us to come so that she could say her farewells to us. Hey, welcome to Mole!
Is that it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Oh man, it's so long. What the heck kind of car is that? How does it even turn corners?
Oh, you're talking about a limousine? Yeah, those cars seem kind of totally counterintuitive, but rich people like them, I guess. A long limousine drives up to us with a surprising speed. It's so long that I can't believe that it was able to handle the country roads of Inaba. I don't think I'll ever see another automobile like this in my life. Bro, your velvet room is literally a limousine. What are you talking about? You're stupid. Get out of here. The limo slows to a stop and smoothly parks beside us. Get in, bitch. We're going shopping. True, based. Get in there. You owe us for saving your lives and stopping Labrys' shadow. Take us to GameStop and take us to the mall. Mitsuru-san climbs out of the back seat and nods to us. Labrys and Akihiko-san are in the back seat as well.
You're looking good, Labrys.
Sorry I made you come here all of a sudden, but there was something I really wanted to tell you guys.
I'm from Boston, and I'm secretly the villain. I'm gonna kill you all. When I look at her, Labrys smiles and looks embarrassed. She takes a moment to look around at all of us, then continues.
I decided to work with Mitsuru-san.
What? Okay, yeah, I guess. I don't think they'd give you much of a choice, though.
I want to catch the darn culprit. Not only that, but, you know how you guys had my back during this whole mess? Yeah. This time, I want to get yours.
You go and do that.
I can't help but smile at the conviction and trust in her words. Sorry I beat you up, by the way. Totally demolished your ass, by the way. Get good, scrub. Alright, Labrys has faced her weakness and accepted it, and she's about to begin walking towards the goal she found on her own. That's why I don't see any reason to stop her. It'll be so sad to see her go, but this decision is one Labrys made for herself.
This definitely ain't the last you've seen of me. When I come back, we'll hang out some, okay?
Oh, already got the robot, waifu. Hell yeah. Chad Narukami's Riz prevails again.
I'll be waiting, and so will everyone else.
Shut up, she was talking to me.
Come back soon.
The shadow operatives are nowhere near as good as the investigation team on the whole finding culprits thing. That's actually true and based. Unironically, they were literally working for the bad guy for like 3/4 of the game, and they didn't suss anything out.
To lose such a rare beauty again, it's so tragic.
Granted, Adachi, like, we interacted with Adachi on a regular basis, but at least he wasn't like literally crucial to our operations as an investigation team. Funnily enough, Yosuke and Labrys is the more popular ship. Interesting. I could see it. I want to see them interact more though.
That's what you're sad about?
Brosuke needs some pussy. That's all I'm saying. Everybody like shits on him relentlessly. I need my bro to get some. Everyone has their own response to Labrys' news. But one thing's for sure, we'll be waiting for her. There's no lie behind that sentiment. I think Yosuke does in his ending? Really? Oh my god. Am I really about to play Brosuke's ending just so that I could see him get some? I might just watch the ending cutscene or whatever. After all, she is our friend. Mitsuru-san tells Labrys that it's time and they get back into the limo. Labrys looks at me right in the eye. She seems as if she might cry at any second, but she's resolved not to. She smiles.
You guys are the best. I'm glad it was you who were there when I woke up.
You're kind of forcing me because you told me my bro is gonna get some. How can I not support him in his trying times? That's like, that's bait. That's bait. That's so much bait.
Well, see ya.
I'm just saying. Man and machine. I wonder if there's truly a difference between them anymore. The thought comes to me as we have our final goodbyes to Labrys. The limo demonstrates impressive agility as it speeds off down the narrow rural roads.
Aw, she's really gone. Seriously, wish she could have stayed a little longer.
I would have liked that myself, but they have their own tasks that must be done.
Yosuke and I share a glance after Naoto says that. Their own tasks, huh? It's not just theirs. We smile at each other. Ever since I answered Mitsuru-san's proposal inside the TV, I've had my mind made up. We're gonna secretly investigate? Is that what's gonna happen? Yosuke already knows how I think. Then again, that conversation wasn't very long ago. And he's my second banana, so... It had only been this morning. Are we... I don't know how she found my number, but after Labrys' phone call earlier, I decided to cook breakfast for Nanako and my uncle. Nanako hears me making noise in the kitchen and stands next to me excited.
I'll help too.
It's Nanako! Yes! Nanako needs to be in every Persona game from now on. Hell yeah. I panic for a moment when Nanako reaches for the other cutting board and a knife. I consider stopping her, then decide not to.
If you're gonna use the knife, be careful, okay? Make sure you don't cut yourself.
Uh-huh. I'm always careful when I cook with you.
Our little daily dose of Nanako over here. Turns out, we're all sister kingpins of steel. Or sorry, sister complex kingpin of steel. Nanako picks up a cucumber from the counter and begins slicing it diagonally. Her skills are still clumsy and unsteady. This art of Nanako is really funny to me. Okay. It's kind of goofy, but it's Nanako nonetheless. Her skills are still clumsy and unsteady, but all I do is caution her about how to hold a knife and then watch her work without intervening, as a true big brother should do. She doesn't have to become a master all at once. All it takes is constant progress little by little. The same can be said for me or anybody. She has nothing going on in that head. Well, yeah, she's Nanako. She's just adorable. Even though things may hurt us and we may want to give up, we just have to keep trying as many times as it takes until we see our goals through. Instead of nothing changing, I wish to see everything changing along with myself.
Oops, sorry, Nanako. Could you put the knife down for a second?
Okay.
I ensure that Nanako has put down the knife before I answer the phone. I didn't have to look at the screen to know who was calling.
Hello? Is this Yosuke?
Like you don't know.
Brosuke, baby!
Listen back yesterday.
I thought this was coming.
Yosuke rushes on as if irritated that we have to have this conversation over the phone, but I managed to calm him down. It's funny that he's getting so excited over this, but I'm glad he managed to wait the whole night before calling me.
Yosuke, do you remember the Moonlight Bridge? The one from our class trip?
Oh yeah, I forgot we went on a class trip to that. To P3 place in Persona 4.
Yeah, sure. I used to be a city boy too, remember? Hey, were you checking out the Kirijo group online?
You really knows his boyfriend just from when he's calling him typical. I mean, yeah, he's his second banana. True and based. Perceptive as always. Now that's my partner. Sorry, now that's my second banana. When I went back to my room last night, I'd spent as much time as I could searching for information about the Kirijo group online before I fell asleep. Of course, there wasn't anything about an organization involving Labrys or Aiga-san, but the little I did find was better than nothing. Yosuke asked me if I plan to go back on my own to Mitsuru-san and the others. I did say that we ought to trust them to solve the mystery, but I never said we should let them do it alone. After all, the person behind everything may be after us as well. On top of that, they were using others in horrific ways.
You can't back down from this, right?
Yeah, we're the investigation team, baby.
Now you're talking, partner.
Man, both of them calling each other partner. Come on, man. I mean, true bros, true penis brothers, if I've ever seen penis brothers in my life, you know? Just saying. Yosuke and I continue to talk. We know that we're getting closer and closer to a battle with an enemy we haven't seen yet. There's only one thought in my mind. No matter what kind of hardship awaits us on our path, we will continue to fight on. The Blowjob Brothers? Damn. That's out of pocket. Good job. As long as we have friends that will walk the path alongside us. Nanako watches me talk on my cell phone and smiles while holding a cucumber.
You seem excited, big bro.
I know, I got my second banana on the phone with me. Nanako right now, like, you can make out later, help me cut this. True. I smile back at her innocent face before making a confident declaration.
The investigation team is back in action.
Hell yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Or sorry, it's the Groove version. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, P4U story. You can now continue from the cliffhanger in Naoto, Mitsuru, Akihiko, and Aigis' story. Why would I need to do that? Is there further story after this, or is it just the same, like, Labrys fighting her shadow and shit? I haven't unlocked this yet? Why haven't I unlocked this yet? That's so annoying. What am I... Oh no. I gotta play one of their stories? Oh boy. Am I gonna have to Google stuff? I might have to Google stuff. Alright, hold on. Let's see. How I should play P4A story. Alright, let's see. I think people generally agree that Yosuke and Aigis are the two canon stories because the manga follows those two. Interesting. Play the first set until they stop. Unlock the second set. Set that to unlock the clear. Oh my god, am I gonna have to play all of them? Oh no. I thought we were done with like base P4 arena. That's kind of annoying. Oh no. Oh boy. I want to know which one to play though. I don't want to play all of them if I can help it. I don't want to have like 12 more hours of this game. Okay, okay, I'm seeing one of the first four, then Kanji or Teddy, then a Persona 3 character. So, oh boy, okay. So I guess I have to do what I initially did. So I'm gonna have to do Teddy, and then I'm gonna have to do complete Aigis maybe. Pretty sure the last story is Elizabeth. Yeah, but if it's this one, she's not unlocked. So I'm probably gonna have to continue with these two that I did. So, oh boy. All right. Let's do the most insufferable one first, which is probably going to be Teddy. Since it was only just 1 hour. Alright, continue from cliffhanger. At least Teddy has some dope-ass moves that I could abuse.
I am a shadow. The true self. The power is rising from within! What's going on? Hey! Did you enjoy the P1 Grand Prix? It went exactly how you wanted it, no?
Was this the same dialogue?
Wasn't it fun? Seeing them fight their friends?
This seems like different dialogue.
Don't be dumb! Why would I think that's fun? I never wished for anything this awful! Oh, yes you did! You wanted them to suffer the same pains that you once did! You wanted them to understand, right?
Whoa, the shadow is overflowing with power. Every time the shadow presses Miss President, she gets paler and paler. This isn't good. I need to back her up.
Miss President, don't lose heart!
Miss President looks like she's about to cry when she turns to me. But the shadow just ignores me and keeps going.
How can you even ask them to understand you? When you've been deceiving them all along, that'll never happen. You're not even human. You're a machine.
Huh?
What? What is this?
Oh, they started all the way back here? That's kind of annoying. Alright, as soon as Shadow snaps his fingers, Miss President starts to change. Am I taking crazy pills? But no matter how much I rub my eyes, she doesn't stop changing. Miss President is turning into a girl who looks exactly like a Shadow here.
President, are you a machine? Are you just like Ai-chan?
It's weird how they cut the different stories. Or how the cliffhangers cut the different stories. If you want to skip a bit, it's fine. Reminds me, President's sister, is this what she meant? Yep. Never mind me, Miss President's not human either. She was a machine. Beautiful mechanical girl, yeah. Teddy pervert thoughts. Fantastic.
I'm not. You wanted to live a normal life and go to school looking like that? There's no way. You're pretty stupid for a machine, you know that?
I think some of this dialogue is different.
Admit it. You're a robot.
It's not gonna be anything new you'd be learning. I suppose that's fair.
Fool yourself.
No matter how many times I see it, the way the shadows mercilessly bully everyone makes me mad. Yep.
Miss President, don't worry. It'll be all right.
What did Sensei say back when this happened to me? I want somebody to get Miss President's feelings that happy and relieved. I can't find the right words, so I tap Miss President's shoulders to comfort her.
Miss President?
He slapped my hand away.
Easy for you to say. It's not like you understand anything about it.
Yeah. It wasn't the shadow getting in the way. Miss President herself is resisting me.
No one can.
Uh-huh. No one can understand. Hearing Miss President say that blew me away. Yep. Does she really think that? Yeah. Out of everyone, you understand best how she must be feeling. Feeling discouraged by that. I look straight into Miss President's eyes. I suppose Teddy would know what Labrys is feeling because he's a shadow that gains sentience. They're completely different than they were when she was happy or angry. She's so sad, lonely, and desperate to be understood. But no one does. I was just a shadow. I remember how it felt to confess that to Sensei.
That's not true.
My shout surprised even me. Whoops, I'm a little embarrassed. Embarrassed. Shut the fuck up, Teddy. But now's not the time for that. I finally understand. It's time I repaid Sensei and the others for what they did to me. Because I am who I am. I can help Miss President. I am her knight after all.
Even I found people who understand me. I'm sure that someone will... Heck, I'll...
Teddy.
Oh, is she finally willing to listen to me? Then I'll just reach out again and...
Stop getting in the way!
Holy frijoles!
That's a first. Okay. All right, Teddy. I respect you for saying frijoles. What the fuck? Oh, that's her. Okay. That's just a different photo of her persona. God damn, that looks intense as hell. I barely dodged the axe, but my fur's standing on end now. I completely forgot about the shadow. How did I forget something so important? Jeez, if she's going to get in my way, then there's only one thing to do. I gotta shut up this giant bull to save Miss President. A bull against a bull, nature's oldest rival.
Listen, Buster!
Or wait, a bear?
Can take a bull in a fight anytime, anywhere!
Shut up and fight, Teddy.
I think.
Save. All right, time to fight. Let's throw a bunch of shit with Teddy, as per usual.
Final. Fight.
Bear passing through. Bear passing through. Bear passing through.
Heck yeah, baby.
What was that about?
Bear passing through.
Gotta get out of the corner. GG no re. I've learned the sidestep. You're not gonna fight me effectively. Never. Never gonna beat me. Never again.
Miss President, you can come back here. It's all right.
Yeah, it should be okay now. The bull has calmed down and the shadow is quietly standing by. All she needs to do now is accept herself, right? But Miss President hesitates. Not only won't she come near me, she won't even look this way. Is she that upset? But Rise-chan slowly takes Miss President's hand and urges her to come forward. Miss President takes a step forward, spurred on by Rise-chan's kindness. It's no good, yeah.
Seriously,
You're still calling me that?
Well, you haven't officially introduced yourself yet.
You know I'm not human, right?
Hey, I'm not human either.
Oh, I told her once already. How could she forget after I showed her my insides? Since Miss President still seems dazed, I explained what I mean.
I wanted people to like me. That's when people like you,
I really think that's true. Yep, what I wished for without knowing back then.
Isn't that the same thing as wanting to be understood?
Oh my god, Teddy. This is probably what Nao-chan meant. My god, why did they make the story this way? It's kind of fucking annoying. What Miss President Shadow said and what it wished for, they're pretty similar. There's not much difference between wanting to be liked and wanting to be understood.
People like you.
Did you have anyone like that, Miss President?
Someone who liked me.
I fix my gaze on Miss President, who's gone quiet. It's not an adult bear's way to hurry someone with something like this. After thinking and thinking, Miss President timidly opens her mouth.
Kind of foggy. But I feel like there was someone like that. Someone who cared about us.
Oh, is she talking about the human test subject that they made the robots based off of?
That's wonderful!
Yeah, it really is.
Miss President smiles and looks straight into my eyes. I think she'll be okay now, so I muster my courage and ask her directly.
President, do you mind if I ask your name?
Miss President looks taken aback for a second, but then she turns and looks my way and answers, yep.
5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. Labrys.
Do you have to say the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon? Just say Labrys. That's 5 times longer than what I was expecting. But I'm gonna get it first try.
Shadow suppression. I bit my tongue.
Sheesh, you just had to kill the mood, didn't you?
It's not even that hard to say, bro. A painful jab to my cowardly heart. She didn't have to tell me that. I knew it all too well. That's why I'm not going to mess up anymore.
Labby-chan, I got it now.
Labrys is not that hard of a name to say. I hate you so much, Teddy.
I like that. Feels a little funny, but I like it.
When she hears my nickname for her, Labby-chan makes the kindest face I've seen on her so far. Labby. She's so pretty when she smiles. Aww. She stands quietly like she's finally at peace. Then she looks at the shadows in the eyes and smiles again.
Looks like Labby-chan is sticking. Not bad, huh? I still wish from the bottom of my heart that they all have had. Someone said that to me.
Okay, alright, this is the same crap. Same cutscene, I'm assuming? Yep. And then the crew's gonna come in. After accepting her shadow, Labby-chan turns towards us with a big happy smile. We did it! We won! True. The second time we're winning. We're on a roll. Oh, it's so cute. While I appreciate her awesome smile, Labby-chan cocks her head a bit and speaks up.
Myself. There's only one Labrys. And I'm the best there is at being me.
By the way, you can probably do Yosuke's one too, because it's also pretty good. My god. Gonna have to extend my playtime with this game by like 2 hours. Just to go through all of Yosuke's story.
Good job, Labby-chan.
I gotta do it if he's gonna get laid though. I gotta do it.
Thanks.
I give her a thumbs up, but Labby-chan just shrugs it off. Uh-oh, I know Labby-chan's the queen of pointedly ignoring things, but this is no time for that.
Oh, you're supposed to copy me at times like this. Rise-chan, if you don't mind, a little demonstration, please.
Fine. Sorry about this. Just play along, okay?
What are we doing?
You put your finger like this and... No, don't put the thumb down. Up, like this.
What is this?
Like this? And then...
You stick your middle finger out and you're like, fuck you. That's how you do that. Labrys follows Rise-san's example and looks up. Oh, there we go.
Good going, me!
Lovely.
That's right.
Plus, I think Yosuke's story is the canon one for Arena Ultimax, but I don't know. Okay, that's fair. Then I might do that one last. After I do, Aegis's, and then, you said the last one was Elizabeth's story.
All together now.
Good job!
Because I think the Google search said that Aegis-san is also the canon story version, right? I have no idea why in the Seven Shades of Hell, Atlas decided to do the story this way. It's so fucking confusing. It's so fucking confusing. They should have just made one storyline that changes between characters, and that's it. They made this as confusing as possible for no fucking reason. It gets so repetitive. Hey, that was great. The way our voices came together was so nice that all three of us start laughing at once. Just when my cheeks are hurting from laughing too much, Labrys takes a deep breath and speaks up.
I've never laughed so hard in my life.
I'm from Boston. Because that's how fighting games do their stories. That's a stupid way to do the stories. Not gonna lie. Also, that's not true, because Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, you said, doesn't do the story this way. So Atlas just made it this way to make it more fucking confusing, right?
Even if my shadow comes out again, I'm sure I'll be okay.
Or are you talking
Now
about
that I've
the
found people
decent
I can
version to do
connect
it?
with. It's all thanks to you. To Teddy, my loyal knight.
It's truly an honor to serve you as your knight. That's what I wanted to say, but my mouth froze up and couldn't get it out. That's weird. Why did that happen? Usually I have no problem saying whatever, but right now it's like... I don't know what to say. How do I explain?
Oh, Teddy, are you actually embarrassed?
I'm not embarrassed. Oh, I bit my tongue again.
Skip. Labrys laughs and Rise-chan does too. That weird feeling has gone away now and I smile really big too. Ah, this is how things are supposed to be. Is there more? Can we end it here for Teddy? Oh, we're back in the hallway? Well, Mortal Kombat games used to do stories like this too, but Atlas realized that people didn't like this, so they were like, okay, fine, regular story. Yeah. Mortal Kombat's different though. I don't feel like Mortal Kombat has as much of a story as like all the Persona games, right? Unless it does. I just never played Mortal Kombat, but... Anyway, the shadows have been dealt with and the case is solved. Those invisible walls are gone too, so we contacted everyone who was forced to fight in the Grand Prix and decided to meet up. Boy, was I surprised when Rise-chan told me that Sensei is already here. Knowing that he's already got back from the city while I was inside the TV makes me a lonely bear. I wanted to be there when he arrived. Oh, but wait, now's not the time to be sad. I give him a big warm welcome back as soon as I see him. Well, it does sorta, starting 9, I guess. I don't care about those games enough though, so gotcha. Huh? Speaking of surprises, I feel like I'm forgetting something.
That reminds me. I wonder if Ai-chan and the others are okay. I left them behind after all. They'll realize they can get out now.
Those guys from the...
I'm gonna skip the rest of this, I'm not gonna lie. And then I'm gonna move on to Aegis's story, because that one is apparently canon.
They'll be fine. Our senpai wouldn't leave them to rot. I'm sure if they run into the Kirijo group people, they'll bring them back here.
Because I'm guessing it's all gonna play out the same. Kirijo, the investigation team's gonna meet up, gonna fight Shadow Labrys one more time. Yeah, that's true. There's no reason to fight anymore, and I'm sure Sensei won't even blink when he sees those strangers. He might even tell them to follow him. Hehe, maybe Ai-chan and the pretty lady will say something like, "You're so amazing, let me pet you," once they hear about my amazing job as a knight. I sniff around for the way back to Junes, and lo and behold, I find that studio lobby on the rooftop. I'm gonna tell Labrys every little detail about my friends until they show up. Like how charming Sensei is and how embarrassing Yosuke is. Fuck you, Teddy. You shouldn't be talking. Yuki-chan's elegance, Chie-chan's cuteness, Kanji's feminine manliness, and all that stuff. I thought you said let me peg you, and I was like, whoa, Teddy, where did you hear that? Exactly. Once I finished talking about everyone, Labrys-chan looks a little confused. Oh, whoops, did I exaggerate some things so much that she's a little put off? As if to follow up, Tsujise-chan lightly taps Labrys-chan's shoulder.
Don't worry.
Pet
They're
you.
good people.
Instead of pet you. Gotcha.
Yeah, some of them look kind of iffy, like Kanji, obviously, but he's a...
Though Kanji's just not too bright, so...
Kanji's the best. Get out of here. While we're talking, I heard footsteps. They're here. Let's talk more schmoozing. Oh, oh my god. It's...
Whoa, it's Teddy! The hell
I'm fucking...
I'm sure...
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Anyway,
They're gonna do the same thing they did in the last thing, and they're gonna... Labrys' eyes are gonna be like blank. She's gonna fight everyone more time. Blah blah blah.
We heard it. Perhaps it.
The only thing that's probably worth it about this story is, and not the same, is probably gonna be the ending. Because you had his own ending with Nanako. I'm assuming Teddy's is gonna be something else.
You're the
She's Rise, Kuji. Yep.
The scary yet beautiful.
Yep.
It's a... I remember. I'll be honest.
Are you...
I can't...
This is your fault, Atlas. This is your fault. You're making me do this. I don't understand why you did the story this way. It's so stupid.
I'm sorry. You were designed to have a heart, and yet unforgivable sins were perpetrated against you.
Why did you apologize in this one, not in the last one? That's so weird. Why did they change the dialogue? It doesn't make any sense.
How come you're apologizing?
I really like Teddy's nickname for Akihiko, Aki. That's gay.
The past sins of
and
the deceased
Akihiko's
are not
shirtless
my
as well, so
responsibility. But
even
I
gayer.
do bear responsibility for the future built on that. Hence, I am obliged to atone for the sins committed against you.
I wasn't thinking about atonement or anything. I mean, you're gonna take me back there anyways, right?
Labrys, you seem to be misunderstanding me. I don't intend to seal you away again.
Okay, and went back to the same story.
Let's get...
Yeah, we all know you're gay for Akihiko. Don't need to say that again.
I guess there are so...
And there we go. Haha, I'm the bad guy. Time to fight. I'm gonna play like Mortal Kombat and make you fight Labrys. Blah, blah, blah.
Is this the...
What are you...
I can... It isn't...
You mean...
We have...
Leave it to...
Todd Habercorn is back, of course. I'm not gonna hear his sweet voice this time, though. He needs to drop a mixtape with that auto-tune.
No matter what happens, I'll always be your knight!
Yeah, Teddy, stop simping. Nobody cares. Alright, when I get to Aigis' continuation, I'm probably not going to skip as much. Oh, we have the sweet boss theme. Bear passing through. Bear passing through. Bear passing through. No. Bear passing through. Bear passing through.
Bear passing through. Bear passing through. Bear passing.
How do you block a missile? Get out of here.
Bear passing through. Bear passing through. Bear passing through.
Bear passing through. Bear passing through. You should delete the Teddy save file after this. Nah, bro, that's gonna delay me even further. Do you think the bear is passing through? I think the bear is passing through. I don't know about you. I think I heard the bear passing through like 14 times. Did I manage to stop Labby-chan? I don't care. Get out of here, Teddy. I don't need any more of your deliberating. Get out of here.
Labrys, I see now.
I'm the bad guy. Her.
Actually, he's
Uh-huh.
You should leave. We'll do our...
That bear is moving a lot. The bear is passing through. Yeah, he was passing through. Not anymore. After his story ends, he's not going to be passing through at all.
Well, aren't we for...
Kanji-kun still hasn't arrived.
So, it tells me on the bottom that R1 is skip, but it's not skipping, so the game is lying to me.
Huh?
You're right. What's it saying?
The bear is...
Can't make it out.
The bad guy is Freddy Fazbear or...
Where is it?
It's the guy who committed the slaughter. Oh no.
You're kidding.
Is this...
Purple guy.
Nice.
Oh no. He just reminded me a bit of you.
Kanji is cooler, I'm not gonna lie. Akihiko's shirtless now, so he's not as cool. He was cooler with his goddamn shirt on. And his swagger. He has his shirt on. He has his shirt off. Now he's a generic Tekken character, so he's not as cool as he used to be. William Afturn. True bad guy, of course.
Shut up! No one gets to decide.
But it's so fucking stupid. If he had the cape with a goddamn shirt on, that was as dapper and as fly as the shirt he has on in the main game, then he would look cooler. It's so weird. It's so dumb that he's shirtless. It does not look cool at all.
Do you mean to tell me?
It looks like a edgy boy's version of what cool would be, to be honest.
What? Still... What?
Yeah, oh my god.
Huh? I've got one more job to do. I can't let this end without at least getting a victory.
Can you stop gayifying Kanji, Teddy? All right, stop trying to kiss Kanji. I know you're gay for Kanji, but leave it for your private time, please.
What? A kiss?
Or wait, was it Labrys? Never mind. I thought he was trying to kiss Kanji.
What kind of motive is that?
I'm not wrong. It does not look cool. I quickly step before Kanji as he's cracking his... Oh, okay, it was Kanji. All right, he's gonna beat him up. Go for it, Kanji. I'm not gonna skip this part. Oh, how awesome. The P1 Grand Prix to decide the most masculine of all men. Now, this is more like it.
Jeez.
Beat him up, Kanji.
He never learns.
Kick his ass.
Well, if it calms Kanji down, I'm fine with it.
Yes.
A heated battle between the daringest of men. The ultimate showdown to decide who's most macho of all. Now this is a festival.
Kick his ass, Kanji.
Ready to try a little teddiness.
Is this actually gonna be a fight? I throw Labby-chan a sidelong glance. He doesn't look hurt or anything. It's okay if we tussle a little, right? Labby-chan seems to understand. After looking at Ai-chan, she gives me the thumbs up.
If you're gonna do this, you better not lose. Best of luck, Mr. Knight.
All right. Labby-chan's cheering has boosted.
Is this actually a fight?
20%.
Bring it on, Ted. You're gonna find out that the legendary Kanji Tatsumi's the strongest man there is. Especially since you're in my dream anyway.
Okay, so you don't even have to make him think he's in a dream. Kanji is on the good kush. He canonically thinks he's in a dream. I'm in Teddy's story and I didn't even choose anything. He's on the good kush. He's gotta be. He's so dumb. Oh my god.
Oh man, he's way too into this. I agree.
Still, there comes a time when a man's gotta take a stand. Go for it, guys. Fight it out to your heart's content.
Yes, Chie-chan's right. Now's the time for me to take a stand.
Come and get me.
You better one hit kill this guy, bro. Kanji, you better insta-death him. Oh, this is actually gonna be a fight. Oh my god. What a waste of time. I can't believe this is an actual fight. What even is the purpose of this? What even... Alright, Bear's gonna be passing through, that's all I know.
That's nothing.
Bear passing through. Air passing through. Air passing through. Bear passing through. Air passing through. Air passing through.
Bear passing through. Bear passing through.
Poor Kanji, he didn't even get one hit in. I feel so bad. Jesus Christ. Kanji got completely demolished. I'm sorry, Kanji. Teddy and that damn baseball bat. Teddy's best ability, to be honest.
Wins.
Honestly, that's quite the portrait. Not gonna lie. Amazing. I, Teddy, have dominated the Grand Prix. I'm truly the champion. Now that I've had my victory dance, shall we move on to the triumphant march back home?
Satisfied now, Kanji?
Huh? This isn't a dream?
We've been telling you that from the start.
Had to get his ass beat to come to terms with the fact that this isn't a dream.
Sorry.
Alright, how can I stay mad at him for that? He apologized wholeheartedly. Based Kanji.
Stupid Kanji. You really are dense, you know that?
Man, this was all real? Sorry, dudes.
Damn. Oh my, Rise-chan's showing Kanji no mercy. The world is a harsh place for losers, huh? Good thing I won. Morangi moment? Based.
They're very energetic.
Ridiculous is more the word I'd use.
Shut the fuck up. You guys are boring. You're emo now. Get out of here. Nobody likes you, Aki. Except for Galactic Corgi, I guess.
I don't know. Seeing them like this brings back some memories.
Come on, Labby-chan. Give me a kiss. I demand it.
Kick his ass, Labby. As I bounce around Labby-chan, she looks perplexed. Aw, is she holding out on me? Labby-chan is such a tease.
What gives, anyway? You fought one of your friends without even being forced to. How can you laugh about it like that now?
Friends fight sometimes, you know?
I infer that for them, this is one way of communicating with each other. The common phrase is that they are letting their fists do the talking.
That's like something from a Jackie Chan movie.
Their fists are talking?
Those were good movies, by the way.
I have heard that doing so allows people to form even stronger bonds.
This wasn't exactly anything so noble.
Nah, Kanji was just being stupid.
Bonds. Huh. I like that.
Friends fight with comically large baseball bats sometimes. True, and a lot of bears coming through, you know? Labby-chan smiles shyly and gently pets my head. Oh, those petting skills. She knows how to rub me the right way. Alright, Teddy, calm the fuck down. Stop getting horny. Needs the bonk stick. It's not a kiss, but I'll take it. Can we end Teddy's story now? Can we... After we got out of the TV, we were so tired that we went our separate ways and I fell asleep at home. The next day, we got together to see Labby-chan off, plus the others who were going back to the city. Labby-chan looks lonely in that cool long car. Yosuke called it a sweet limo. Or maybe I'm the lonely one. No, 300 more Teddy chapters, I would respectfully,
go with Mid-chan, right?
I would kill myself.
Mid-chan?
Just respectfully, you know?
Who are you talking? Oh.
Mitsuru?
Huh? Wait, is he referring to me?
Yeah.
Mid-chan indeed. And just what are you laughing at, Akihiko?
The idea of anyone calling you...
I don't understand. Why do you put on your hood and then... I don't understand. I don't understand. You have the fucking hoodie. It looks cool. But you decide to go shirtless most of the time. Why? Why? You are fucking stupid. Respectfully, sir.
You're laughing too
I
hard,
don't get it.
Aki.
What?
I don't get it. I guess Teddy is ending. He gets Akihiko with clothes on. Imagine being this wrong? No, you imagine being this wrong. Get out of here. I'm right.
It's very rare to see anything make Mitsuru-san laugh like this.
And I guess gets the fancy spiffy suit, I guess. Sheesh, what's her deal? I'm trying to have a heartfelt farewell and these guys keep undercutting me. Even Labby-chan's laughing. Well, I'll forgive them for a cute girl's sake. Simp. Besides, laughing like this is more our thing than staying down in the
The
dumps.
thought of staying here did cross my mind. But I've made my choice.
I'm gonna go save Boston from the shadows.
I'm gonna find whoever it was that set you all up and catch him myself.
Akihiko is a cool wrestler, now leave him alone. Well, if Akihiko's a wrestler, he's probably gonna die wicked early then, because, like, have you heard about WWE people dying early? Like, they had no fucking regulations, you know? So, take that. Get good, Akihiko. GG no Ri. Early death. Get good. The way Labby-chan said that so confidently was awesome. She's gleaming so much I can barely look at her. Shut up, Teddy. I know that wasn't a bear joke, but still, anything that says bear is now a shut up, Teddy. It's warranted because of how many puns he's made throughout all these games. But if I don't look, it'll be wasted, so I'll just have to go blind. I've heard that looking at cute girls can do that to ya.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you'll be okay. You've got Ai-chan, Mid-chan, and Aki with you. I'm sure you can pull it off.
Well, I mean, Yukari can probably revive him with a revival skill. No, it doesn't work that way, bro. You remember when Naniko was dying and nobody thought to use a revival skill on her? Because I guess canonly in Persona, you can't use your Persona skills. Yeah, so.
Yeah. I'm not alone.
I never understood why you couldn't just heal people. Like, unironically, when Chidorita was dying in front of Junpei, why didn't they just use diorama on her? It was during the midnight, I was gonna say midnight hour. It was during the full moon, the dark hour, so they could have used their personas. I guess she was too far gone or something, because story shenanigans, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no excuse for them to not do that, to be honest, but. Because, like, what's different from being shot and being brutally sliced by shadows? Like, there's literally no difference. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it's story shenanigans.
Exactly. If anything comes up, I'll be at your side right away.
I'll try my hardest to make a place where I belong. Just like you, my senpai. Will you root for me? Even when I'm far away?
Yeah, Teddy's gonna simp for you even when you're far away. You don't need to worry about that. He's a big, massive simp for anybody. That's female, at least. I'm her senpai? That has a nice ring to it. I can't help but smile real wide, but I gotta keep my dignity. I'm her senpai after you've already lost your dignity more than 20 times over in this story. Get out of here. I'll make the sternest face I can and puff out my chest. Yeah. Oh my god.
Senpai Teddy's example as much as you want.
But also, Chidori is still technically alive, so that doesn't work. I guess you mean alive through her persona or whatever? Because her persona fused with Junpei? Maybe? If you even count that.
Just make sure not to follow his example of getting carried away so easily.
Dude, Labrys is way better than you at all kinds of things. You ask me, it's you who should be following her example.
Oh wait, no. Fuck. In Reload, they made it so that she's alive but she doesn't remember, right? Never mind. I'm stupid.
What?
But still, they could have used diorama on her. What horrible things to say. As a senpai, I demanded an apology and reparations. Not in Reload, that was a fest thing. Well, it happened in Reload too. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I ever saw that in Fez, to be honest. Maybe I didn't play good enough. Maybe I didn't get good. Oh well, I can't let such petty jibes pass, since I am a senpai and all.
Seriously, the only good thing about my friends is
I'm
that they're
gonna
never dumb.
skip all of you, Teddy. I'm kind of tired of your shit, buddy.
Can I come back here again?
Yeah, I literally don't care.
Gotcha. Make sure you...
Ted, I've had enough of Teddy.
Thanks.
Thanks to you.
Well, see ya.
Get away from Teddy. Go 120 miles per hour in that limo. Alright, Labi-chan waves from the window of the sweet limo and goes farther and farther away. I do my best to wave back, and I keep waving until I can't see her anymore. Eventually, she disappears.
She's gone.
Sad simp tears. Yosuke pets my head. When he hears me mutter so sadly, "No, if he acts nice to me now, I'll cry even more."
I'm sure you'll see her again.
See? He's a real bro to everybody. Everybody treats him like shit, but he's awesome. He's so good.
Yeah.
He's the best.
She said she'd come back.
Brosuke's the best second banana. Hey, Labby-chan. I couldn't say it before, but you don't need to worry about anything. Maybe you don't realize it, but you're so charming that you'll be fine where— yeah, okay. Everyone will want to be your friend. Just look at everyone here. They couldn't help but like you. Heck, I like you so much that I wish you'd come back right now. That's nice of you, Teddy, but I'm tired of your shit. What is this? After we said goodbye to Labby-chan, we all gathered at our usual food court. It was to make up for Sensei's welcome back party that got interrupted by the case. I was kind of down though, because I had hoped Labby-chan could join us for the party.
You really stepped up to the plate this time, Teddy. Good job.
I guess you could say Bear was really coming through for everybody, you. Well, if Sensei's gonna say that, since I am a superhero, I start talking about my heroic escapades as the knight-errant Teddy. Everyone will want to hear.
Ah, enough about that already.
Oh, come on. I know you want to hear more. You should be more honest about your feelings, Yosuke.
They're interrupting poor Yosuke as he's working. Man, that's so annoying. Get out of my shift.
Believe me, I don't
Nobody
hold back
wants
when it comes
interruptions,
to
all right?
stuff
Let me
like
work. Jeez, Yosuke's such a sullen boy. I elbow Yosuke in the ribs while Chie-chan looks up from being moved to tears by my heroic tale.
Oh, are you done talking about your hero thing?
She's a meat woman. She's eating all the steak.
I'm sorry, Teddy. What was the last thing you said?
They're all eating the steak. Nobody cares. What? Was no one listening at all? Hey, now that I look, even Kanji-san's fast as— yep, based kanji. Based kanji. Nobody likes to listen to Teddy. So based.
You're all so cruel.
Come now. We all know that you did your best already.
I don't think Naoto was listening to you either. She's just saying that to placate you.
Really? Then can I go on with my story?
No.
Let's save the rest for another occasion.
Sheesh, that's enough out of Teddy. Come on, Yosuke-senpai. Now's your chance.
Right. Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
Free stuff for everybody. When Yosuke claps his hand, he gets everyone's attention. Even Kanji wakes up from his nap. That's because Yosuke is actually someone worth listening to, unlike you. I'm impressed and a little jealous.
We are gathered here today at this food court to celebrate our reunion, obviously. But that's not all.
Is this about that mysterious voice?
But I thought we were going to let those Kirijo group people handle it.
I said that we should trust Mitsuru-san, but I didn't tell her we wouldn't get involved.
Yep.
Now that's our leader. That's what I'm talking about.
Based Chad Narukami.
So what's the plan?
I love that face, Kanji.
Are you still half asleep? It should be obvious what we're going to do.
We truly were the Persona 4 Arena. Yep. Turns out the Persona 4 Arena were the Persona 4 Arenas we met along the way. Fan-frickin-tastic. Obviously, what we're gonna do, does that mean what I think it does? It means that you should end this story so that I can play, I guess, continuation. That's what it means. I look at Sensei with excitement. He keeps his usual cool expression before speaking up.
The investigation team is back in action.
Hells yeah. Oh! I wonder if that was it, but now that he said it, my excitement's through the roof. I'm like a Teddy rocket, I'll go all the way to space. He means we're gonna be working on the same thing that Labby-chan and her friends are, right? I'm so pumped up to do this that I feel like I'm turning into a hot air balloon. Hee hee. Considering how important I was to solving this case, I bet that'll continue into the next one. Well, I hate to break it to you, Teddy, but apparently your story is not the canon version, so... There's only one thing to say.
This looks like another job for Teddy!
Shut up, Teddy.
What? Where did that come from?
The moment I say it, everyone promptly makes a jab at my comment. Now this is what a bond between friends is supposed to be. Can't wait for Labby-chan to join in on the ribbing too. Oh, and Mi-chan and Ai-chan too, of course. Not Akihiko. If Aki changes his half-baked ways, or if his half-naked ways, based Teddy, I might even let him join in too. Based Teddy, nobody likes him being naked. Get out of here. I was right. Even Teddy can't put up with his shit. The best golden week ever is just getting started. End. Fantastic. Man-freaking-tastic. So we can see Aigis and Labrys are doing. Yep. Okay. Let's go to a canon story according to Google. So apparently this one and Yosuke's are the canon. I'll finish this one. And then next time I'll do Yosuke's story, which I'm guessing is probably going to take me like 2 hours. So let's do this. And I'm not going to skip Aigis's as much.
Labrys.
Because this is hers is a canon story. Alright. Labrys murmurs her name to herself. Her head hangs lifelessly as she stares at her mechanical limbs. The shock slowly drains from her pale face, replaced with bitter comprehension. Across from us, the shadow glares at me with a piercing, menacing stare.
You can't be.
I am the same as you. 7th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. Aigis, I am the model that came after you.
Are you here, Caesar? I won't let you.
Interesting. It kind of looks like Shadow Labrys is trying to protect normal Labrys here. Interestingly enough.
Not when I'm almost free.
Or I guess, well, she's not protecting her. She's protecting her just so that she could get denied and become her own thing, I guess. The shadow turns to its double and cries out impatiently.
Labrys, or do you want to be caught and locked in a cramped little box again?
Her eyes wander in search of something to settle on and eventually fixate on Yosuke. Okay, so yeah, Yosuke was here. Okay, so canon stories are intertwined. So Yosuke's story is gonna lead to this story and so forth. So, okay, I should really do Yosuke's next time. Plus, my man apparently gets laid, so... Gee, I guess how come Atlas lets you have 3 sisters? I don't know, bro. I guess is immune from the dead family members thing, I guess. And so is you, actually. And Persona 5 protagonist, now that I'm thinking about it. I guess Persona 3 was especially emo. Because both of his parents were dead or whatever. And Yukari's dad was dead. She keeps finding more family members. As Vin Diesel says, family, you know? Family. Truly, truly the best thing, family. The moment of silence is enough to shatter any hopes of a peaceful resolution. Labrys smiles lifelessly and hangs her head.
No, don't get me wrong. I was just a little surprised.
No, it's okay. That's how a normal person would react.
Her sad, weak voice makes my heart ache.
I won't let you take her back. I will gain my freedom, whatever it takes.
Hell yeah. Bring that Adachi Baby song back, baby. Suddenly, the shadow fires its arm out. A long chain trails from behind it, wrapping itself around Labrys many times over. The shadow begins to pull her in with its winch. Okay, now we have some winch action going on. That wasn't here before. Unable to struggle, Labrys is dragged over to her captor, who lifts her over its shoulder. The shadow then runs full speed out of... Oh! This is different. The shadow runs full speed out of the announcement room. It fled with such explosive velocity that it's hard to believe that it was carrying its own weight.
Wait!
Whoa. This is way different, actually. I give chase. It is unfortunate that I cannot explain the situation to Yosuke-san, but I have no choice. I exit into the hallway and see the shadow make for the stairway leading upwards. This is the top floor, so it must be heading for the roof. I climb to the landing and take the stairway 2 steps at a time before throwing open the door. But what I find there is not what one would expect to see on the roof of a building. So we're gonna fight here? Twice? It's best described as a TV studio. The spotlights hanging from the scaffolding, the cameras here and there. Up until now, no matter how warped things got, they still looked like part of a school, but not here. What is this place? Just then, the door behind me slams open again, and the boy comes running out, breathing hard. Broski! It is Yosuke-san. More fights. In the words of Battle Beast from Invincible, more! I am perplexed. Why did he chase after us? There's no one here who would warrant leaving his friend Risei's-san's side. Suddenly, the area is shrouded in a menacing aura. The shadow appears. The evil roof that makes you fight. True. This roof has some good kush spread all over it, so everybody is ingesting weed particles. That's why. It is still carrying Labrys over its shoulder. Labrys shouldn't be unconscious, but she isn't showing any signs of resistance.
Persistent pests. Too bad for you. The Grand Prix is still on. Have fun wasting time fighting each other.
Oh wait, did you put more walls up?
Hey, wait! Whoa.
Oh, as soon as Yosuke-san turns around to give chase, he runs up against something. I try stretching out my hand, just as I thought there's an invisible wall. Though it wasn't here when I climbed the stairs. The only door back into the school is the one beyond the wall. In other words, we are trapped. Okay, so this is an extra fight. And this isn't gonna be the final fighting space then. There's gonna be another fighting arena. Yosuke-san hangs his head in shame and looks at me awkwardly.
Guess this means we have to fight. Sorry, I feel like I got in your way.
I came here without thinking and fell right into the enemy's trap. I'm sure that's what he's thinking. But as I see it, it isn't Yosuke-san who should be apologizing.
I'm also sorry for all this.
Huh?
We are the ones ultimately responsible for this incident. I'm sorry to have dragged you all into it.
Yeah, you kind of are. You should have gotten your own plane.
If your friends are safe, I would suggest you evacuate at once. But in these circumstances,
we have to fight.
I must go after her.
There's no need for you to take the blame. I mean, I feel the same about wanting to go after her.
Why? I'm not sure this concerns you.
Because he is the best. Brosuke is the best. That's why he worries about everybody.
I promised I'd protect her. But I couldn't back her up when she needed me the most.
Oh, interesting. So he met Boston before this. So history is probably gonna showcase more of that.
So, like, I want to apologize and actually keep my promise this time. I feel like I can't leave her alone right now.
Listen, it's cheaper to transport stuff with public planes. Shut the fuck up, okay? The Kirijo Group is a multi-billion-dollar company. They can afford their own fucking jet, okay? To avoid situations like this. In his eyes, I could see a glimmer of determination.
I think I should explain certain things to you.
It's
I'm not
okay.
authorized to disclose everything.
All right, cheaper. Keep losing your robots then by using cheaper transportation. I feel like the Kirijo Group's like that saying that's like, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? They keep doing stupid shit. It's annoying. All right, I review the important parts from him. That personas and shadows are universal. That they have existed since ancient times, and that there are probably little known battles and packs all over the world to harness their powers. That I have experience in one such battle, and that was in fact created for that purpose. I am a weapon given a heart in order to use a persona. I explained that Labrys was a prototype long sealed away, one that was lost during a recent incident. Yosuke-san doesn't seem to swallow all of it, but he listens attentively nonetheless.
There are shadows outside the TV too? Who would have thought?
Well, there were shadows outside the TV during the dark hour when that was a thing.
I was surprised as well to find out that a world like this was accessible through televisions.
Listen, nobody expects that somebody would want to rob them on a plane. Bro, I guess the Kirijo Group's never heard of terrorist attacks or like hijacked planes. That's so stupid.
Believe me, we were pretty shocked last year too.
I look straight into the boy's eyes without laughing at his attempt to lighten the mood. Only the winner can leave, so we must fight. There is no ignoring that cold fact. I suspect that shadows set this up to buy time. We don't have a moment to waste. I don't say anything, but Yosuke seems to get the picture.
Can you tell me something? What's going to happen to Labrys once you catch her?
I cannot answer that.
Yeah, I thought so. You did say that she was a weapon after all. Not really surprised you can't talk about it with outsiders.
Is that all? I must go get her back. If you cooperate with me, I am sure I can knock you out painlessly.
Nah, my bro Brosuke's not gonna get knocked around like that. He's gonna fight to his very last breath, okay? He's the best. All right, in response to my blunt suggestion, a wry smile appears on Yosuke-san's face. However, his eyes still have that gleam.
Sorry, but I can't back down.
Hell yeah.
Are you really going to fight me? Not to boast, But you would challenge a living weapon?
I guess, no offense, but you got beat by like 3 different normal human beings in the stories before this, okay? Shut up.
She said she wanted to be free. Hey, I made her a promise. I want to see it through. I guess you could say it's a guy pride thing?
He jokes about it, but there is resolve behind his words. He will not back down. That's my broske. That's my second banana right there. What he's really saying is this: my feelings for Labrys are as strong as yours. I smile inwardly, though it does not show on my face.
I understand. I accept your challenge.
Unfortunately, there is gonna be no bear coming through with Aigis, I don't think. So, it's gonna be different for her. I don't remember what she says.
Finals. Fight!
Dash! Go down! No! Dash! Dash!
Just getting started.
Here I go! Heavy damage! Dash!
Just getting started. Bad.
Fire! Target locked! Here I go! Dash!
Ooh,
Fight!
Here
come here.
Dash!
Do or die.
Dash! Here I go! Dash!
Oh, she just says dash?
Dash! Fire!
Dash!
No! Emergency! Dash! Dash! Persona! Dash!
Come here. Dash. 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 Sorry, broske. Had to be done. Okay. Listen, I guess ain't really a good fighter when the opponent has the ability to actually think. We don't talk about what Ryoji did to her that one time. Oh yeah, right. Ryoji really did like bitch slap her, didn't he? In the most respectful way, of course. And he didn't even know what he was at that point, right? Alright, Yosuke-san smiles sheepishly at me from the floor.
I had a feeling I didn't have a chance against a pro like you. Ow. You sure are strong, Aigis-san.
Are you all right?
He waves his hands to show that he is fine. He should be exhausted. Perhaps the male pride prevents him from admitting it.
Looks like I'll be staying behind.
I will do what I can to not force anything on my sister that she does not want.
Can you tell her that I wanted to apologize to her too? Of course, I'll tell her myself once this is all over, but... Oh, and one more thing. Tell her we can have a party when this is all over.
Yosuke-san.
Oh, you're invited too, of course.
My heart is warmed. He's not just worried about Labrys' safety, he's worried about her heart. I nod vigorously. Okay, that's interesting. Nod vigorously? Like at high speed, you are nodding at high speeds, you're like, yes, yes.
Yes, I will make sure to tell her.
That's quite the phrase. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say they nod vigorously before.
Though, we are not capable of eating food. Will that be a problem?
Really? Nah, it's no problem at all.
I guess would totally do that. Yeah, that is something that I really see her doing.
Thank you.
I will save Labrys from this world, from her cell of solitude. There are people in the outside world who accept us as allies. Some of them consider us friends. I'm happy that hope is so close by.
Be careful. That shadow looked pretty strong.
Cheaper for Yosuke? What does that even mean?
I will. Please stay safe.
Oh, you mean them eating is cheaper for Yosuke? Okay, that's fair. That's based, actually. Yeah, that's totally based. As he cheers on from behind, I leave the roof. Everything's more expensive with Chie because she's a meat woman that eats everything, so yeah, they would be significantly cheaper. Meat is expensive, man. As soon as I re-enter the school, I can sense the shadow's presence without needing to scan for it. I follow the presence back to the announcement room. What could be waiting for me this time? If she went back to the announcement room, why would she be that stupid? Just go somewhere else. Hide. I slowly open the door, wary of an attack, but the room is quiet. No ambush comes. You keep saying Yosuke has a giraffe neck. I don't see it. I step inside. Both versions of Labrys are facing each other further in the room. I quickly step between the two, shielding Labrys from her shadow. But the shadow does not seem alarmed. It spins its axe idly.
You're late. I had a feeling you'd be the one to come. Was Yosuke-kun a tough opponent?
As it finishes the sentence, its axe stops. I brace myself in anticipation of an attack. The shadow simply smiles brutally.
Just as you thought, the real party begins now.
I'll look when we do Yosuke's story next time. Just as the words sink in, I hear a sound simultaneously. The heavy sound of air being sliced behind me. I lunge to the left solely on reflexes. A battle axe slams into the ground where I had been only milliseconds ago.
What? Sister!
Is she being controlled?
Oh, so close.
Shock spreads across my face. Labrys takes a combat stance with her battle axe, her wet eyes focused on me. She has chosen to fight for the Unreal School.
Is this what you really want?
Oh.
What else is there for me?
Interesting. Labrys sounds resigned in her reply. I have no answer for her. My heart aches as if it was cut by a razor.
It's finally come to this. Sister versus sister. Let the battle begin!
The shadow jeers at me with delight. I do not have the presence of mind to deliver a rejoinder? What even is that? Fancy words for no reason, I guess. Alright, the battle is about to play out is straight from the worst case scenario I envisioned. The very person I hope to save, my sister, I must defeat with my own hands. Alright, so I'm gonna fight both of them here. Unless I have to fight them 3 times on the roof again. This time she has a normal portrait. Is what I'm noticing as well.
Finally.
Dash! 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 Airstrike. Man, you gotta be really close to that.
Please hit! Please hit! Dash! Fight! Dash! Airstrike!
Why do these things like to... They really like to put themselves in the corner. I notice. Ouch.
Damage, dash, dash. Go down, dash. Go down, please hit, dash, dash. Heavy damage, severe impact. No, emergency. Dash, fire. Airstrike.
GG no re. Okay. I like they just made the Labrys weaker because they don't... Because she doesn't have a persona. I didn't really notice that, to be honest. I kind of been owning everybody. GG no re. Labrys loses her strength and falls to her knees.
Why? Why can't I stay like this?
What was that knuckle crack? That sounded like knuckle cracking, not her falling to her knees. That's weird. Alright, the hope she risked so much to gain has been shattered. She mutters piteously? What the fuck is that word? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Jesus Christ. She's not the only one who wants to collapse. I never imagined this would be so painful. Every time my attacks connect, I feel as if I was tearing out a piece of my heart. This unwanted exchange of violence ending in one of our destruction leads to nothing but despair. Each time I felt that pain, the memories of Labrys I saw in the classroom, those vivid images, made sense. The sterile mechanical rooms that made up most of her visual memories. It must have been the facility where she was created. At that facility, Labrys was forced to endure the same pain she is feeling now. In order to gather combat data, she was forced to destroy her sister models, even though they had hearts. Not just once or twice, but over and over and over. It's too much for my mind to immediately comprehend. Agitation spreads through me like a fever. I clutch my chest.
I knew that you couldn't beat her.
What? Oh, you're talking to Labrys. Alright, yeah, her little TV box next to her title didn't have a persona inside, which makes sense. Interesting. Alright, the shadow in contrast is completely nonchalant.
But wow, you really didn't have any qualms about attacking her.
I mean, what was she supposed to do? Just let her kill her?
Deep down, you must really want to make them suffer, don't you? You want them to go through what you had to. No!
Yeah, because at this point, she thinks that they just want to capture her and lock her up again.
You want the everyday boys and girls to experience what you had to go through, right? That's why we're in school, having a fighting tournament. You want to see close friends fight for their lives against each other. Because if they do that, then they might understand. You want to make them understand. That ain't true! But it was no use. Even another living weapon can't understand you. It's alright though. You don't have to worry about that anymore. I'll take care of everything from here.
Is this where the "it's not me" is gonna come in again?
Anyone who doesn't understand you and comes to get in your way. Just like you once did. Please stop! That's all a lie! You're not me!
There it goes. Alright.
Finally! You finally said it! I'm finally free!
It's time to fight the bad Boston. The shadow's eyes start to glow full of life. It isn't just a change in its attitude, its power seems to actually be rising. Just like the shield hero, of course. Did something in its conversation with Labrys catalyze this change? Too late, it hits me. What did the shadow want with Labrys? It was trying to buy time, which meant it needed something from her.
It's time for the true star to take the stage.
It probably wanted her to break down some more. Its shout shakes the air. As if in response to the cry, the rooms begin to warp. The view beyond the window shimmers ominously. Is this the same cutscene?
Yes, the power!
I think it is the same cutscene, but I'm not going to skip it just in case. Yeah, that's her persona. Cool looking persona as always. A giant incinerator appears from the darkness. Countless chassis are falling in to be cruelly destroyed. Illuminated by the blood-red lights of the flame, the shadow reveals its true self. Seeing Labrys look like commanding a giant beast behind it brings to mind the summonings of a persona. I run over to Labrys and stand her listless body up.
I won't be needing that trash anymore.
Damn harsh. Seems that the shadow has accomplished its goal with Labrys. I was used to forced to fight my sister for this purpose. I clench my teeth at my own slowness to comprehend.
Now, let's get started, shall we?
Time to fight my sister again. I don't know how to say sister in Bostonian terms, unfortunately. This isn't just for Labrys. This is the enemy, the fate of anyone not human.
It seems that I must take responsibility for this.
It's interesting that you're smiling while saying these lines, I guess. They should have given you another sprite. For serious times. I'm assuming she's gonna have 19 chapters too. Alright, here we go again.
Finally.
Dash!
Please hit! Please hit! Down!
Dash! Dash! Did you just call me a dumbass? Squeeze me? Oh, I forgot that her persona could swallow me. Dash. Damn, didn't have to go after that. Jesus Christ, that was excessive. I guess over here using excessive force after the KO. Jesus Christ, she wanted blood. Jesus. Fucking kill her some more. Alright, the monster's form melts away as it disperses like fog. Only a silhouette similar to Labrys' remains. It falls to its knees, having no will to resist anymore.
I somehow pulled through.
I turn to face the real Labrys.
Are you alright?
She is conscious and seems to have no major damage. All that remains to be tested is her will.
Please listen. I have a message for you. From Yosuke-san. He said that he is sorry for promising to help you and being unable to support you when you needed it most. Additionally, he said that he would be throwing a party later. You are invited, of course.
You're lying.
If that is what you think, you can ask him yourself later. Now please, stand up.
Everybody loves parties. She should be good now, come on. Face your persona so you can go to the dope-ass party, you know? I lend her my shoulder and prop her up. She follows my lead, but her legs are still shaking.
How come this happened? I didn't want to hurt anyone or make them suffer.
I know. That was a shadow going berserk. Not everything it said reflects your true feelings. I had a similar experience, actually. My other self was on the verge of going berserk. It told me there was an innate contradiction in having a heart, but not being human, preventing me from truly protecting others.
That did happen earlier, huh? She did have like a, I guess, shadow, which was interesting because I thought that Metis was her shadow, technically speaking.
Wasn't that tough to listen to?
Yes, of course.
Then how can you stand it? How are you still acting like everything's fine?
I'm fine right now, but I'm sure I will suffer that pain again someday. Very probably, as long as I am myself. It will never go away as long as I live.
It won't? Then what can I do but give up? What am I supposed to do?
We'll be alright, as long as we have friends.
Labrys opens her eyes wide.
It was when you were alone that you suffered most. I'm sure of it. If you do not give up on reaching out to others, you will surely find someone who understands. Or maybe...
The power of friendship. As I say this, I can hear voices from outside. They are calling our names. The voices grow closer and closer, and eventually one of the doors fly open.
Hey! There you are! Thank goodness!
Are you two okay?
You seem to have the matter in hand.
Kanji-san and Rise-chan arrive shortly after. Now that the shadows have been defeated, the invisible walls trapping them have disappeared. Oh yeah, I need to look at Yosuke's big neck like you keep saying. Alright, those are some new faces to me as well. As I recall from the video, they are Yuna Rukami-san and Yukiko Amagi-san. There was also a costume that looked like General Teddy. This must be the real Teddy that Chie-chan mentioned. The resemblance is strong, but this one is so charming, it's hard to hate him. Shut the fuck up, I guess. No, he's not. Everyone has considerate words for Labrys. My heart filled with warmth. They could have ignored us outsiders and escaped, but they didn't. I think that's a typo. They were truly worried about us and came running. All of them. I addressed Labrys, who is looking back and forth between me and them with a perplexed look.
It might be more accurate to say that those who understand you are already here. Of course, I want to understand you as well. Please talk to me whenever you want. Tell me about your memories, even if you have to take them one at a time.
Look at where his neck starts, like in comparison to his shoulders. Alright, bro. I'll have to look. You are obsessed with Yosuke's neck, alright? Labrys sinks deep into thought, then looks at me again. I nod silently. She slowly starts walking and stops in front of the shadow, who stands as quietly as a real one, at the other end of the room.
You were right. I was always alone, so I had no one to talk to, no matter how much it hurt. And I went and blamed that on them.
This is probably going to be the same cutscene. I'm going to watch through it again fully, though, just in case something is different.
I'm sorry I ignored you all this time. I was the one who left you all alone.
No. You are me, after all.
Nice. True solution to making people fight each other? Just hug your shadow. Works all the time. Still looks cool as hell. It literally is reminiscent of her. It's even got like her like a chin thing that covers the bottom of her chin.
Persona.
It's interesting. Me, when I found out who's been ruining my life.
Me of us from last year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing. She's really no different from us.
God damn it, I forgot to look at Yosuke's neck again. Yosuke-san and the others smile. To acknowledge one's weaknesses in front of others. They must have earned their personas through the same ordeal. I can see now why their bond is so strong. Or, I forgot, the Persona 3 team didn't have to face themselves. They shot themselves in the head. And caused traumatic experiences for themselves to summon their personas. Kinda fucked up, but... The tension in the air evaporates. Just as Labrys' expression softens. A familiar voice comes from behind.
Is that Labrys?
It's Michan. Everyone turns to look at the newcomer.
Mitsuru-san, Akihiko-san, you're all right.
Of course we are.
Put your fucking shirt on, Aki. I run towards them. Neither of them appear to be injured. I notice that they aren't surprised to see Yosuke-san and the others. They must already be aware of the situation. Junpei peed his pants at the convenience store and that's how he got his persona? I guess? I thought that he was just awake for the first time at the convenience store and Akihiko found him. I didn't think he summoned his persona in the grocery store, but he did pee his pants from what I remember, so. On the other hand, everyone else is surprised.
Who are these people and what the hell are they wearing?
Oh man, a dude storming across the battlefield in just a cape? I am all about that.
I would be too if he had a fucking shirt on. Capes are cool, alright?
I'd say you've got good taste.
Put a shirt on.
Seriously?
I agree with you, Naoto. Labrys grabs weakly at my arm.
Don't worry.
I smile and nod. Chie is not right. She's wrong. Actually, no. She's right about the cape. She didn't even mention about the shirtless thing. So, no, she still bites her lip in anxiety, but she is no longer afraid of everything.
You're Labrys, correct?
I haven't taken a look at Yosuke's neck. I keep forgetting to look at his neck. Labrys simply nods in response to Mitsuru-san's question as she walks up. There is a moment of silence. Mitsuru-san's sighs of relief breaks
I'm
it.
glad you're safe.
Labrys smiles back awkwardly. The look on her face helps dispel the tension in Yosuke-san and his friends. Mitsuru-san notices this as well. I step forward alongside Mitsuru-san to introduce ourselves and show our appreciation. Seems they have never met a Persona user who didn't awaken in the TV world. We spent some time discussing our respective circumstances. Oh, we're gonna fight one more time out here. Alright, Teddy leads us back to the roof. They say that this was the place they used to enter and exit the world. Labrys, who still doesn't quite understand that she's in the TV, cocks her head in bewilderment. Yosuke-san and his friends gather around here and explain everything. She is shocked at first, but as she grows accustomed to the idea, she begins laughing. Relieved, I leave Labrys to them. I approach Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san. I relay to them all the information I have gathered on this case so far. I tell them that the tournament's host was Labrys' shadow, which had emerged from her, and that Labrys may have not been stolen, but that she may have escaped on her own. She has the ability to manipulate people's senses. Wait, this is not, well, I'm guessing the bad guy is gonna be like, haha, I'm the bad guy, and then that's gonna change things, right? That would explain the signs of mental interference found on the hijackers. We were able to discover Inaba through our research. Perhaps she used the same methods. It would have taken time, but she was sealed away for over 10 years. Although she was caged, it is not clear whether she was conscious or not during that period. She had more than enough time. Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san show no surprise, but they do let out a long sigh. In contrast to Mitsuru-san, who is lost in thought, Akihiko-san goes to get an answer straight from the source. Labrys startles when he taps her shoulder.
So when did you actually awaken?
Akihiko-san's question is blunt, but Labrys handles it calmly, knowing that it is a natural thing to ask.
You know, I can't remember.
She's being honest. She had used her ability on herself. Not even she knew what she really was, but Akihiko-san seems skeptical. Showing or having no memory of it also means that she is unable to deny it.
Please, Mitsuru-san, can you be lenient with her?
Mitsuru-san folds her arms and thinks. I know she's in a difficult position. Though Labrys may have a heart, it does not make her human. She is a weapon with dangerous capabilities. Mitsuru-san cannot decide based on her personality alone what measures to take. Wait, okay, this is different. Mitsuru's being more of a bitch, I guess. Yeah, can you be nice to my sister? Yeah, exactly. She's taking way more time to think about it in this story. Especially now that we are affiliated with the police. We have to set an example.
Yeah, would you, please?
Yosuke-kun.
I know I'm asking without knowing the whole story here, but please don't lock her up again.
Even his friends seem surprised by his outburst. But soon enough, they are all giving Mitsuru-san the same pleading look. Mitsuru-san winces before giving a wry smile.
Well, I hadn't intended to seal her away again to begin with.
Yeah, Yosuke and his big neck.
Mitsuru-san.
Sure.
Seriously? Did you hear that?
I think he just leans a bit, so his neck looks long. I think you have an obsession with necks, quite frankly.
It should be a walk in the park compared to the challenge of sending Aigis to school.
She has no intentions of locking her away. A smile on Mitsuru's face confirms that much.
Thank you so much.
How about if we go outside?
That's not a normal neck,
really
come on.
To stand around and chat.
I feel like Chie's neck is long too, but it's just that her turtle sleeve covers it up, alright? I think you're just biased because of no turtleneck, alright?
Yeah. Well, it was a hell of a way to start off a holiday, but at least it's over. Man, why'd that shadow have to pick our school and us of all people?
Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san freeze.
You know, that is odd now that you mention it.
And Akihiko too.
I was told this place takes its shape from a person's memories. Why would it become this high school?
I had picked up on that incongruity as well. Putting aside that Inaba was chosen as the escape destination, why was a specific school so carefully recreated?
I thought this was part of Aigis's desire to experience normal people things. Unless you're telling me that the big bad guy is like a Yasogami High student or something that works for the Kirijo group.
I also have my doubts about Labrys' power. Strictly speaking, it doesn't rob one's sanity. What her power really does is cloud one's senses with illusions.
Oh yeah, Labrys, my bad.
I'm not sure that would have been enough to control those hijackers so completely.
Hey, Labrys.
Akihiko-san calls out to Labrys again. Oh, here we go again. The instant he puts his hand on her shoulder, she twitches.
Hey, what's the matter?
Labrys abruptly leaps backwards. Everyone is baffled to see her white body flying over their heads.
She's...
Stay back, everyone!
Akihiko-san is the first to realize the danger and yells a warning to the others.
Sister?
It's this guy, he's back again. Labrys stands there emotionlessly. Slowly, her right hand reaches for the battle axe on her back. Tension fills the air.
Why?
The blade of the axe is pointed towards me. I do not comprehend. What's going on? As I stand there confused, Labrys lowers her stance, readying herself for battle. I open my mouth to try to persuade her, but I can't. There's no time. Labrys now has the use of her persona. She will be stronger than before. If I don't focus on counterattacking, I'll lose. I clench my jaw and hold in the despair that threatens to overwhelm me. I must concentrate on the problem at hand. Beating my sister up again. For the like 4th time. Because there's one more sister beating up session in Aigis' story, I guess. Than in the other stories. Here we go again. Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Finally.
Dash! 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 I'm gonna spam the same 4 moves on ya. Ouch. GG no re. Get good, scrub. Oh, 20 scenes. Labrys falls to the ground with a thud.
Labrys.
I try to run to her, but I stop when I hear the unearthly
You
voice.
succeeded in repulsing it yet again. Very unexpected.
Wait, that's different. That sounds like Izanami. Everyone takes a defensive stance and looks around.
What is this? I'm not getting a good feeling about this.
It's certainly an ominous presence. But that voice...
Yeah, that sounds like Izanami.
Is that my voice?
Yes, it is. Before I can react, an unnatural-looking shadow, a clump of darkness thick as a pool of blood, forms next to Labrys. Uh-oh. Our true enemy rises up from the sludge. It's a sight I will never forget.
No. Agisan's shadow?
What?
To think you'd fight back this fiercely. No wonder you once drove back a god.
I am confusion.
Yes. I want them even more now.
I mean, it sounds like Izanami because it's the same VA. True. I thought Izanami was going to make a surprise appearance. I didn't think Shadow Aigis would come back.
Want them? What does that mean?
Yosuke-san lashes out at the enemy, but it ignores him and continues talking.
Sadly, it seems things won't be going according to plan this time. But I'll make use of what tools I have to the very end.
Arena Ultimax explains this? Gotcha.
This is my last chance. No, more like a marvelous entertainment.
Entertainment?
Instead of answering, it raises its right hand over Labrys.
Stand, my puppet.
Oh, the bad guy's still retaining control over Labrys in this one as well. Labrys stands up as if being pulled by strings.
Is it controlling her?
Sister!
She doesn't answer. Her face is blank stare and her shoulders hang unnaturally. She has every inch its puppet. Confused, I look again at the enemy. Is that my shadow? It looks like me, but its voice, its powers, they are also different from mine. But before I can come to a conclusion, the enemy uses Labrys to make its next move.
This form is exhausted from constant battle and will be useless as an asset. But unless you destroy it, it will keep rising up and attacking you all. What
Okay.
will you do?
Interesting. It didn't do that the last time. With the battle axe in hand, Labrys dashes forward without warning. But also, Shadow Aigis seems to still be the same person somehow controlling Labrys, which is even weirder because that person said they don't have a persona. Yeah, that's interesting. They appeared from the goo. They were in the oozy jacuzzi and popped out a shadow out of nowhere that is also controlled by them, which is weird. Her attack is much more forceful than in the last battle. Even with all my strength, I'm pushed back.
Oh, crap. If this keeps up...
Why don't all of you jump in? You have personas.
Let's do this! Kimika!
Wait! Don't interfere!
But...
Never mind.
Please!
I clench my teeth. Labrys is under that thing's control and ignoring her own limits, and she is already damaged and exhausted from the previous battle. If we all attack, we might be able to contain her, but she could be destroyed in the process.
Now,
that's fair.
May you suffer and curse your fate. Relinquish your personas.
What do you mean? I don't think they can give away their personas.
Relinquish?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Personas and shadows are one and the same. If I poison your hearts, I can recruit shadows with unparalleled strength.
Oh, so is this like a morphing situation? Like if the bad guy like makes everybody doubt themselves again and turns their personas feral, they can take over the personas, I guess, or their forms, their shadow forms or something. Maybe that's what's going on.
Wait, what? You mean turn our personas back to shadows?
The heart is frail. Its weaknesses are never fully vanquished. Given the opportunity, it can betray you and return to darkness. Old wounds that you thought you had overcome, opened once again. You almost let go of your hearts. Your personas.
That's fine. We can reawaken. Which is odd, because again, this person said they don't have a persona. Yeah. Maybe they just have the power to control personas. Or other people's, like, shadows, rather. Not personas.
This one's desire to make people suffer was perfectly suited for such a plan.
Maybe it's another pesky god giving people random powers to intervene. Like Izanami gave Adachi, Namatame, and the protagonist powers. Find out in Arena Ultimax, I suppose. I guess I will.
Plan?
You caused all this to gather strong shadows?
You bastard! Who are you?
You had best hurry and decide. Who will be destroyed? This shell, or the lot of you?
Labrys flies through the air again and unleashes a full-force attack. I am forced to one knee if she attacks again. But just when I am sure it's over, something happens.
Sorry, but this show is over.
Out of the corner of my eye, I see Mitsuru-san stand up straight. Suddenly, the menacing aura surrounding Labrys is dispelled like magic. Oh, is she using her navigator powers?
What?
For the first time, the enemy seems shocked. Freed from the spell, Labrys falls to the ground.
Sister!
Or did she use her technology to counter-event the hack or whatever? I run to her and cradle her in my arms. What was that? Mitsuru-san smiles defiantly and glances up to the sky.
Looks like you made it in the nick of time. You saved us, Yamagishi.
Is that the Grim Reaper? An answering voice echoes in my head. That soft but extremely reassuring voice.
Are you all okay?
Oh my god, her new model looks nice. She's so cute.
Fuka-san?
Spooka Yamagishi returns. Spooka Yamagishi-san. She is a fellow ally who helped us overcome the challenges we faced in the past. I cannot help but smile with surprise and joy.
So you had a third assistant.
Ooh, what a soothing voice! My teddy senses are telling me that this is a real cutie pie!
I guess in the other stories, Spooka's just like, nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna do my work. She just goes away on vacation or something. And then in this one, she decides to show up. Her hair is a lot more vibrant now. Yeah, softer shade of blue.
Rise-chan's persona?
Or a lighter shade of blue.
Where is she?
This feeling. What the?
Rise-san opens her eyes and looks up.
Voice. It's not coming from in here. Whoever it is out there.
Seriously? She can use hers in the real world? That's amazing.
Uka lighting up a cigarette in the limo. Yeah, I'm not dealing with all that. Yeah, that's her in the other stories. Even before I can ask, Fuka-san tells me what I want to know.
I guess the enemy is just mimicking your appearance. It's not actually a part of you.
Ah, so it's not an actual shadow, it's just morphing to make you think it is? Because I guess it, yeah, I guess did say that she didn't have the same powers as her.
Very impressive to guess correctly from such a long distance away.
Mitsuru-san stares at the enemy in shock. We hear Fuka-san's words as if she's speaking, but technically there is no sound. She transmits her voice directly into people's minds. Other people should hear nothing. Yet the enemy is responding to her. Interesting. I raise my guard in spite of myself, but there's no fear in me. My doubts about the enemy, my hesitation are gone. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. It's Aigis' song, baby. My heart starts to burn. What is this? I've never felt this heated emotion running through my body before. It's anger.
You must be the one behind
Kick her ass,
all this.
Aigis.
You stole Labrys and threw her into a TV. You were after Persona users from the start. That's why you chose this school and tampered with Labrys' memories. And you just demonstrated how you controlled those hijackers.
So this must be the real Puppet Master.
Then, that voice who tried to dissuade me back in that classroom. You're quite slow for a machine. Can't you tell by looking at me who that was?
Okay, so that wasn't even her shadow. So Metis is the only shadow that Aigis has. This was just a faker. So that was something my heart saw, but just a malicious whisper. The fire in my heart is stoked higher, and I make a fist without realizing it. Kick her ass, Aigis! I thought this entire incident was just an unfortunate event caused by my sister's suffering, but her pain was all orchestrated by someone. This isn't her tragedy. Someone saw to it that this would happen, and not just to Labrys. Whoever did this tried to manipulate the pain in my heart too by posing as my shadow. And to top it off, the culprit posed as everyone here to make them distrust each other, reopening old wounds. This was all an evil plan. I am not human, but because of that, I hold the hearts and bonds of others to be sacred. They saved me, they keep me going now, and yet, it tested those bonds and used our anguish for its own purpose. Our hearts were nothing but tools to it. Tools to hurt others. I see. I get it now. This roiling, violent surge of emotion. This shaking, burning, erupting sensation. I realize that this is the type of emotion which can be best described in a single word. Rage? This is fury. That's another word for it, I suppose.
Are you angry? All right, I'll play along.
I kicked your ass last time,
right?
and I'm gonna kick your ass this time as well.
You've gone too far.
Let's go. Alright, so this person has no persona, but has the power to manipulate people's minds and also somehow make fake shadows. It's probably an illusion. Like, I don't think they're actual shadows. I think that they just take the shape of the people's shadows. So, like, they have the ability to take the appearance of the person's shadows, but they have their own abilities. Either way, it is weird that they can still use abilities, like persona abilities, even though they don't have a persona. So it might, my prediction is it might be another god, just trying to fuck shit up, or it might be like a god gave a person powers to fuck shit up. It's always the gods, man, always the gods.
Finally.
Wait, oh. Holy crap, she has a different hair color for some reason? GG no re, rest in piss. I like that variation. That ginger, I guess, that's pretty cool. It's because it's a mirror match, but also the color scheme makes sense too, I suppose. It's cool. I like it. This thing shaped like me falls to the ground on its knees, but it gets right back up with an awkward jerking motion and lets out an insane laugh. The smile on his face, contrasted with its damaged limbs, has the eeriness of a clown.
This is fine with me.
Fake real Aigis.
Good enough for my purposes that I confirmed you have enough power to meet my expectations.
Good enough, my ass.
Kick her ass, Kanji.
Those are the words of a sore loser.
This is only a temporary form. I doubted there'd be any meaning in changing my appearance. But sure enough, it made for a very enjoyable game.
I still don't know who that is. Todd Habercorn?
All that irritates me is having to feign cooperation with that foolish human until I obtain the one true vessel.
One true vessel? Having to feign cooperation with that foolish human until I obtain that one true vessel. So the person who kidnapped Labrys is the human, I'm assuming, with the help of this other person. So there's two people working together. Now, this other person might be some kind of being like a god working with that human. Based on how she's speaking. Interesting. That foolish human? An odd choice of words. It would seem to imply not only that it is not human, but also that it is working with a human to carry out its crimes.
I will see you in another guise next time. Just wait until then.
It's gonna be, they're gonna secretly turn into a Dachi baby. It's gonna be a Dachi baby, and she's gonna be like, I'm the best bad guy, I'm the best villain, hell yeah. I'm a Dachi baby. And you're a dumbass. It lets out a raucous laugh in my face. After that, it slowly fades away, dissipating into the air.
Yamagishi.
So this isn't the person controlling Labrys, no. It sounds like the person controlling Labrys is the human outside, and then this is another being interfering after Aegis kicked Labrys's ass. So I guess this being wasn't in the other stories for some reason. It just decided not to participate. Mitsuru-san quickly calls out. However,
the reading disappeared. It didn't move, it just vanished. What could this mean?
Back to square one again.
Akihiko-san lets out a heavy sigh.
Sheesh. It even had to exit on a lame, evil laugh.
Decided not to give a shit that one time. True, yeah, based. Just like Fuka, yeah.
Another guise, huh?
It didn't, I guess you could say it didn't give a Fuka. Sorry.
Don't even
that was
think
awful.
about coming around here again.
Dad jokes.
Should we put up some talismans? I've got a lot left over from when we were putting them up in our inn.
Well, even if it shows up again, it'll get double the pain we gave it this time.
You were here the whole time, yeah. He was probably chilling with his colleagues, you know?
Who could it be, though? How did it know about our personas?
That aside, it sure had a sneaky way of doing things. This is twice I've been kidnapped into the TV world, you know. Twice!
Yeah, you really need to get your shit together, Rise, I'm not gonna lie. Their irritation is so obvious, and it's only natural. They were toyed with too, and they do not take Labrys' treatment well. But I cannot encourage them to settle the score. Akihiko-san apparently thinks the same thing.
Don't worry about it. We'll handle things from here.
Wait, but it kinda said it was still after us.
Of course. You should be aware that the enemy is out there. Akihiko only means that there is no need to abandon your lives to pursue it.
Holly's like, it's a work thing to save people. It's gonna be 3 times after dancing all night. Yep.
We will do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you.
It's always something.
That is, after all, our duty.
But...
Guys, let's leave this to them.
You can...
Are you serious?
They're right that we need to go back for now. You look beat.
Yu-san is aware of their situation, speaks out. Perhaps he senses our dilemma.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Mitsuru's hair got darker? Well, yeah, she needed it to match her her skin-tight suit and her contrast her fur. So she dyed it darker, I guess. I don't know, bro. He nods and looks at Yosuke-san, who reluctantly gives up. Their ability to communicate through eye contact only proves the strength of their bond.
Alrighty, attention please. The trip doesn't end until we get out of the TV.
Fuka stole the vibrancy out of Mitsuru's hair. Actually, not a bad theory, you know?
Dude, we were
might have
in the middle of a
actually happened
conversation.
canonly, 100%.
What's this about a trip? You really gave us a scare disappearing like that. And this isn't the first time either.
It's not my fault. Or should I actually sponsor the next Miss Inaba?
Don't even think about it.
To be fair, Teddy won that competition. There was even a guy that said I'd hit it, so. Fuka the hair vampire? Wouldn't be surprised if she had a dark side, you know? Just saying. Chie-san's fist is still shaking with anger after impacting Teddy at full strength. There are times when you should give it your all because it's your friend. Ah, how beautiful friendship is. Yeah, sometimes you punch each other in the face really hard with all your strength. That's what true friendship is. You should learn from this, I guess. I comprehend. After everyone calms down, we finally move on to the main subject. We all gathered on this roof in order to leave this world. After getting everyone's attention, Teddy makes a few narcissistic remarks and clicks his heel. Then, like magic trick at a party, some old TVs appear in a puff of smoke.
What are you doing with this ancient TV? Hang on, where'd you even get this?
He has the power to summon TVs.
It's a Teddy Vision! You can get out from here!
It's so funny how Yosuke's family just adopted Teddy. Yeah. To be honest, it's weird that we haven't even seen Teddy's parents once. They're all just kind of cool with him like being out at all sorts of weird times of night, and everyone else's parents too. And like even more weird, they're just fine with having Teddy live with them in Yosuke's closet and work with them, even though he's like a mascot that popped out of nowhere one day. It's kind of funny.
This TV is our escape route? Can we really fit inside?
Ooh, are you a little too front-loaded to fit? In that case, I wouldn't mind helping you squeeze through.
Oh, Mitsuru's gonna kill you, bro.
You're even worse than before, you know that?
He really is. He's gotten hornier and hornier. It's a consistent pattern. He was this way in Persona Q as well. They went so overboard with him. God damn it, Teddy. At least before you had like a subtle horniness, but now you just go 100%, or not even 100%, like 150% all out for some reason. You got hornier and hornier. You need the bonk stick. All right, Chie-chan and Yosuke-san jump in without hesitation, showing how used to it they are. Seeing that, Akihiko-san and Mitsuru-san shrug and follow suit. Labrys stares as everyone gets sucked into the TV one by one. But she doesn't look scared. Her eyes are actually bright as she glances this way. I can't help but smile at that. She doesn't need my permission to do anything. I tell her to go ahead and she dives in head first with a giant grin. Although, just as I thought, her wings don't fit and she gets caught on the screen. I burst into laughter to see her legs sticking out of the TV kicking wildly. Lovely. I take off the unit on her back and she instantly gets sucked into the TV. I wonder if she landed safely. As the last one left, I turned around and take a final look. It doesn't feel like it, but it's only been a few hours since we entered the TV, and only 3 days since the hijacking. It was a horrible nightmare, but at the same time I met some good people. But most importantly, it isn't over. The true test may be still to come. I push my toes in and slip into the TV. You don't have any toes, I guess. You have hooves. Stop lying to me. Everyone made it back out safely. Yosuke's parents don't have to know. Oh, what's happening? When we return to the real world, I am surprised to find myself in Junes, a large department store. I have never seen Mitsuru-san so flustered. Even she could not have expected to emerge in the most crowded place in town, from a display TV at that. But to make it back to the limousine, we have no choice but to walk through the store. Mitsuru-san in her skin-tight suit. Akihiko-san mostly naked except for his cape. Yeah, I'm surprised he's not getting arrested in Japan, to be honest. I feel like Japan would look down upon this sort of thing, like, greatly. In the US, we're used to weird shit, but in Japan, I don't think they are. Me with my mechanical parts exposed, and Labrys with her axe, or her wings, I suppose. Not to mention Teddy. Teddy's a regular. Rise-san and Naoto-san are both public figures. One is an idol and the other is a detective. We make quite an outlandish procession. Considering the nature of our operations, I hope to avoid having my picture taken with phone cameras. However, as we walk along, I soon find that my fear of cameras is baseless. In fact, it is not cameras we need to worry about at all, it's the police. Fair. I find myself anxious in this completely unexpected situation. An arrest would mean disgrace as an unofficial unit. And I'm sure Yosuke-san and the others would like to avoid being inside the juvenile hall. Don't worry about it. They got connections. They got Daddy Dojima. How do we explain the giant axe on the back of Labrys to people working at Junes? It's a cosplay, bro. It's a cosplay. Akihiko's cool with this. Teddy works here. He's fine. Run. So do we, kinda. Yeah, they're connected with the federal government or whatever the hell. Actually, what was that last one? Everyone hastily agrees with each other and takes off at full speed. Okay, they're all running for some reason. I can hear Yosuke-san and Chiei-san loudly complaining about the unfairness of the world. Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san exchange fearless smiles, though cold sweat is streaming down both their faces. Teddy and Labrys seem like they're having fun. I don't think they understand the situation. Yu-san and Yukiko-san run without a word like determined athletes. Kanji-san tries to turn and fight every so often, with Naoto-san having to stop him each time. Like fighting the police? I don't understand why we're being chased by the police, to be honest. It's like they were ready for us. Ruise-san switches over to her cell phone to find an alarming number of missed calls, which seem to be the bigger problem for her. In the end, our parting with the Yasogami High students concludes with a brief goodbye as we all scattered like birds. I feel like the police knows who everybody is. Like, they're gonna come after them either way. That night, we decided to stay the night in Ninabo for a quick health checkup and review of the case. After finishing the necessary steps, we decide to take an early rest. The true culprit is still out there, and Labrys needs to get to the lab for proper maintenance. After 10 years of stasis, she was suddenly forced into a series of stressful battles. It would not be surprising if some of her parts are now malfunctioning. Considering the morning traffic, we should leave early in the day. Or so I suggest, but Labrys has other ideas. Now, here we go. We know Officer Kurosawa for what it's worth, that's true. But I don't think he's as high up on there. Actually, no, because is he a detective now or something? He's like, he's higher status. I was gonna say Daddy Dojin was higher than him, but then I realized he got promoted. So, May 4th, the next day. Our car is parked near an intersection away from the main road. We are here to say goodbye to everyone. Labrys wanted it this way. I'm happy that she wishes to see people again of her own will. On the side of the street, all the people we met yesterday are gathered to see Labrys one last time. Dojin is also a detective, that's true. They wished to say goodbye to her, but they had not expected us to contact them.
I asked if I could come see everyone. I wanted to give everyone a real goodbye.
Oh, she's still wearing the uniform. Okay.
What do you do next? Are you going back to that lab?
No, I decided I'm gonna work with Mitsuru-san and them. I want to do my damnedest to catch whoever used me to bait a trap for you all.
So this is why everyone ships Labrys with Yosuke, because I guess there's more interaction. Goddamn, I can't talk. There's more interaction between them in the main canon story or whatever, right?
All right. Then I guess the party's on hold until after everything's really over. But hey, you should come see us again anyway. Promise me, okay?
You got it.
Labrys shakes hands with each of them. Okay. Even after we leave, Labrys keeps waving through the rear window. Waving and waving and waving. Waving and waving and waving away. Even past the point where the human eye can no longer see her, she's still waving. After she has waved to her heart's content, she turns to see Fuka-san and I looking at her and blushes. Fuka-san giggles.
I'm glad things went well. Oh, but first, it's good to see you again.
Fuka has a long neck.
Real reunion.
You see this? She rivals Yosuke. Look at her neck.
Indeed. Things are going to heat up from now on. I must get back and reallocate my staff.
Truly the power couple, long necks.
You're including me in there, right? Every opponent I made a mistake against on my journey, I made sure to go back and get a rematch. This'll be no different.
It should spur discussion amongst the staff again about working Yamagishi into our unit.
Huh? I'm still not sure about joining any special unit.
Flustered, Fuka-san starts wringing her hand. Glancing at the seat next to me, I notice Labrys looking at the sky through the window.
I didn't know the sky was so blue.
Yes, you did. You went outside frequently 10 years ago, so... There was deep wistfulness in her voice.
Back at the lab, they only let me out at night. But this...
I guess she doesn't remember the memory of running away.
I feel like I've seen it once before.
Or breaking out?
That same bright blue sky.
Okay, so they did delete that memory. Once before, I recall the memory relating to those words amongst the countless memories of Labrys awakened with me. Yeah, the sea. That cerulean sky and lingering clouds, the emerald blue water. In my mind, I place Labrys at the scene. A white figure gazing from the edge of the pier. I know this scenery? For an instant, it feels that I do. Like a knot slowly undoing itself, the lid to a box inside me opens and something hot fills my chest. What had been only an image becomes a memory. Soon after I understand everything, I know where Labrys saw this scene. I know what she thought when she saw it, what she wished for.
I see now.
So, wait, does Aigis have Labrys' memories? Interesting. I guess that would make sense. She is the next generation down, right? And that's where we met Aigis. I brought that up last time as well. So I guess she was vicariously living through Labrys' memories when we met her on the pier. Interesting. Noticing my murmur, Labrys looks at me in wonder.
The scenery from your memory was the pier outside of the Yakushima laboratory.
Suddenly, Labrys' eyes open in surprise.
The date was the final day before you were sealed. You made a heartfelt wish there.
So they share memories, that's interesting.
You hoped that your successor would make the same wish to see someone precious to them. And that meeting would take place at the pier.
Oh, that's nice. That's so interesting.
You dreamed that your successor would be able to go beyond that pier, to places you would never be able to see for yourself.
This is a nice retcon, I like that.
And that even if your memories were deleted, your feelings would be passed on to the next generation.
Labrys' ruby eyes begin to quiver. My words have unsheathed her buried memory.
That's right.
It was at that very place where I met the friends I have now. When I was searching for someone, I found myself naturally drawn there for some reason.
My memories returned to a certain encounter. That day on that very same pier I met him, my dear friend.
I think it was because of
my
your
husbando.
wish.
My wish? You mean the thing I wished for that day actually came true?
Yeah, she got a husbando.
Indeed. It stayed alive for 10 years.
And then her husbando died and became a door.
Thank you, Labrys.
Darn you, fate.
It's because of you that I found happiness.
Huh.
And then depression.
I didn't know that. My desires, all the feelings I got from the others, they didn't go to waste.
You can still meet that lady, right? Unless that experimented lady was dead already. This is nice. A dog is chewing on him right now? Okay. Yeah, actually, that's true. That double-headed dog or whatever. I forgot what it was called. Tears stream down Labrys' cheeks. I stretch out a finger to wipe them off, but it's already wet from a drop on my own cheek. Mitsuru-san and Fuka-san smile at us gently. Fuka-san seems a bit teary-eyed herself.
I gotta thank you, too.
Erebus, that's right.
You made me remember something important.
After wiping her tears, Labrys looks at me, her eyes clear and determined.
There's someone I have to find. I need to meet her so I can tell her something.
Okay, so she is going to try to meet the original. Right. Until Elizabeth goes back and nukes him. Alright, Elizabeth. I'm about to extend my hand to shake hers, but it now seems too distant a gesture for us sisters. I instead pull her towards me and look at her face to face.
I'm sure you will. You're not alone anymore. We can search for her together.
Wouldn't the Kirijo group know who she is? They literally had to use her for the fucking androids. How would they not know where she is?
Yeah. Thanks.
As the sun shines down, she gives me the biggest smile I've seen yet. And I'm assuming this is the ending. What a nice story. I like that. And there's Elizabeth. P4A story, Elizabeth's story is now available. I did the right thing. Heck yeah. Okay, so... okay. Next time, we'll play through Yosuke's story, and then the next time after that, we'll do Elizabeth, and then we'll move on to episode P4, I guess. A woman appears. True and based. Women are good. So yeah, we'll do Yosuke's, and then we'll do Elizabeth's. 2 sessions. I'm assuming Yosuke's is going to take my full, like, 2 hours to 3 hours session, and I'm assuming Elizabeth is going to take 2 hours and 3 hour session of her own as well. So, alright, I am gonna go take a piss, and I am gonna go eat, and I'm gonna go sleep before going to work. Thank you for dropping by, Galactic Corgi, and everybody else. I am pooped. I got too much novel. I got too much reading. I'm tired. Honestly, Yosuke's gonna be a bit shorter. Okay, we'll see. Anyways, Master Gamer out. Bye.